And welcome to D4, where I, Dustin,
and I, Devin, co-DM a 5th edition game
of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
Dun dun dun!
So firstly, we want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the current mothers, expecting mothers, mothers of fur babies, stepmothers, surrogate mothers, and all those in between. Thank you for everything you do, and we hope that you had a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for watching and spending your time with us.
Speaking of Mother's Day, may I suggest a gift for those that forgot to show their appreciation for the gaming matrons? We'll just go over and head over to Die Hard Dice and enter D4MAY for 10% off your order at discount, and make sure to buy your mother a special set or 2.
That's right.
Or 3.
But I think that is it for that. Let's go hear from our sponsors.
So, D&D Beyond, aside from being awesome, you said, I have just learned, has given us what? Did you say 20?
A whole bunch throughout the course.
A bunch more players bundles things. I don't have a shtick yet, so let me go over what you're getting. Put in hashtag Beyond in the chat right now, because D&D Beyond has generously given us another players bundle handle. And the players bundle, you get the players handbook, Xanathar's guide to everything, Sword Coast Adventures guide, Tasha's Cauldron for everything you need to be a new awesome player. And since we're talking about shticks, you can use a stick, an items that, I'm gonna make a screw it, we're doing it live. We're gonna add a new item every week. The first item is going to be a stick.
A stick?
Shut up. I'm on something here. Just give me a second. It's a stick. It's like it's 5 feet long. You pick it up and it does stick things.
Okay.
You hit it. It's 5 feet. It's a long stick.
But I have a collapsible 10-foot pole, so...
Not everybody gets what you get, Okira. Not all of us can travel to dimensions. Some of us have to just deal with a common stick. Can you let me type the common stick? D&D Beyond, hashtag Beyond, put it in for the players bundle, hashtag common stick if you want to be cool.
Hey, Logan, what's brown and sticky?
I will strike you the moment I see you again. I swear to God, I will.
Hey everybody, it's your Goblin Katie buddy here to talk to you about Beetle and Grimm. And want to talk to you about a little something that happened last week. Little tip, apparently. I thought it was over, but apparently Bob has other ideas. George is a sweetheart. We all love George. Everybody knows George is the best. But Bob, I'm coming for you. That's right. We're going to have a goblin off. You and me, Bob. It's going to happen. Now, you guys can all get in on this action by going to Beetle and Grimm, go to the Pandemonium Warehouse, and get a shark medallion. Support Goblin Katie by getting your shark medallion. They're amazing. It puts you in the coolest club in all of gamedom. And the more of you that have it, and post hashtag Goblin Katie with the picture of it when you get it, I'm going to rub every single one of them in Bob's face. So do me that favor. Let's show Bob who's the real goblin here.
Wouldn't be Bob Farms, was it?
No, but Pepperidge Farm remembers.
And to commemorate what is going to be the greatest epic battle of all times, why don't we make a miniature of Bob in his likeness, because he's likely about to be smeared across the ground. Once that's done, you'll have your little likeness to remember Bob by. And you can do that with Eldritch Foundry, the best place to make your miniatures for your table. It's an awesome little website. You can go there and make all sorts of different kinds of characters. They have a huge selection in a way that's very easy to make characters. It's just like your favorite RPG that you've played in any of your favorite video games. Choose the different pieces for your character. Maybe you want a stick. Well, they got staffs there. You can have your own stick. Maybe it's even taller than 5 feet. You're special. You're a hero. You have a 5.5 foot tall stick. That could be you. And you can have that with Eldritch Foundry. Why not put in hashtag Eldritch right here in the chat for a chance to win your own chance to make your own miniature of your own making? Right here. We'll give it to you. If you can win it, hashtag Eldritch. Put it in the chat now. Make sure you only enter once. And That's okay if you can't win. It's all right. Only one person wins, but everybody can be a winner tonight by putting D4 D&D into the Eldritch Foundry to when you're buying the actual product, and you can get 15% off your miniature. It's fantastic. We would love if you do it. They're seriously great guys. They make the best miniatures for your table.
Hey everyone, do you like podcasts? I like podcasts too. I also have one. It's Cron the Macabre. It's spooky, it's goofy. You can learn whether or not a shark is related to a cow or who murdered who with a stick. We got all these for you. And we also got here at RockPunch ATL, Cena Una. This past Friday was the return of Tampo for season 2. And there was an explosive number of people in chat celebrating AAPI month. So make sure to join them all this Friday with GM HTT Paladin and the players Critical Bard, Latia Jaquez, Josh Simmons. I always do this. No, Josh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Josh Simmons, Lucia Versprell. Did I do that one wrong too? Damn it. Verspry.
I had it right the first time.
Huh? Versprell. Okay. I was trying to go off of y'all's reactions. On RockPunch ATL Twitch channel Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you haven't seen the episode, catch up on RockPunch's YouTube channel tomorrow the 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also continue to listen to me mispronounce most people's names on my podcast.
And if you like what we're doing and you feel like supporting us in a different way, feel free to stop by our merch store, d4dnd.com. It has a wide array of anything that your heart could desire. And I just want to say happy Mother's Day to my mom because I went through special circumstances today to put on eyebrows specifically for her. I hope she loves it. All right. Goodbye.
Your eyebrows look great.
They do. They look really good.
You're
They do.
right. It's Merch Mom's Day. Look at that. Now you'll have to go to d4dnd.com.
Support the moms. Get the merch.
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Sorry.
I have no transition from that. You should go get a code for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms so that you can have sticks in your game. See that code right down there? You can use that code in your game to get loot, maybe even a stick. I'm sure there's a champion or two that uses a stick, or Kira has a 10-foot pole, which is better than a stick. I'm just saying. Anyway, go get that code right there and go get some loot in your game.
Without further ado, let's immerse ourselves
Into the Chronicles of D4.
It's a collapse.
One day.
And we're back.
Last time on Dicey Death Dealers in the Dark, Vinley, V, and Doran were startled during their watch with a scream cried out from their camp. As they tried to hunt down the source and awaken the others, they discovered many from their caravan had been murdered by vampire spawn. When the bloodsuckers were spotted, they used a small brass silent whistle to call forth 2 vampire gnolls that were hiding and waiting.
It was a harrowing, bloody battle of survival where most of the group fended off the vampires while Seisha and Orkira revivified. But the biggest help came from Orkira's turn undead and Vinley's reaping chill touch, causing less undead to fight and ensuring the rest could not heal. Sadly, Vinley's undead known as Friend was destroyed in the turning, but she may have sequestered a replacement from the bones left by the Knoll vampire and spawn they felled.
No one knows about that. Shut up.
Fro confronts Vinley about her letter and what her intentions are with the bones of the dead and why magic is dangerous. However, although sleeping and watching under the fear of being attacked by large subterranean bugs and vampiric ambushes, the rest of the night goes by uneventfully.
With help from the Phoenix to revivify without necessary components, Orkira is left feeling extremely weakened for the next coming days. The sun rises, and she doesn't get a break as a few of the caravan approaches her for answers in the use of sending. The group rearranges positions within the carriages, with Voss setting Harold and V up to very slyly investigate the intentions and history of Bilver, the gnomish toymaker, to see if he has any nefarious plans for the orphanage in Daggerford, or if he has any ties to the reforged ring. The first half of the day is mostly quiet, with many of the caravan just silently contemplating about life and thanking the gods they are still alive, all thanks to the BFGs.
Not too long after they meet up with a traveling merchant group who has decided to make an impasse in the road to impede the caravan's travel. The two Vardo wagons all seem to carry the monochromatic color scheme of simple black and white, all adorned with a stylized geometric white symbol on a field of black. There is a smattering of characters, including a halfling wizard drinking an enticing tequila while he reads an arcane tome, a wood elf ranger wearing dark leathers riding a horse, a dwarven artificer whose braided beard is adorned with many small jewels, a female halfling sewing new vestments and banners, who is noticeably related to the first, as well as a muscled black-bearded dwarf and large, facially tattooed tiefling currently brewing something in the back cart.
However, the one that stands out the most is the almost half-wolf or half-hound looking half-elven man with fur patches on his face, dark gray tail at his back, and fanged toothed grin as he smiles. A few of the caravan, wary from the attacks last night, hold fast with hands at their weapons for anything if it goes poorly as he approaches. And that is where we pick up tonight's episode.
Greetings, travelers. Calm yourselves, calm yourselves. We mean you no harm. I am Ren, humble servant of Timora, and luck has smiled upon you this day because you come across the Guild of Thorns. For I am its guild master, and we are a humbling traveling merchant group. This here is Darwin. Elf on the horse is Lynn. Driving the other wagon is Tolan, and the lovely halfling next to him is Cassidy. Brewing in the back is Boltar and Abaddon. We trade and specialize in exotic alcohols, potions, oils, sometimes unique items we've procured along the way, and anything else we can get our hands on.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Seisha.
Oh, a pleasure, Seisha. I see you have a sentinel shield strapped there, but it seems to be that the focusing gem is broken. Luckily for you, Timora smiles upon you this day, as we have just what you need and then some.
What do you mean?
The large gem in the center is destroyed and will not work without that focusing crystal.
You can make it do the things it used to do again?
I can do no such thing. However, Tolan there, and he points to the dwarf with the gems braided in his beard, can absolutely do that for you.
How much?
Roll insight on these guys. This guy's
Sure.
Same.
Immediately, it's like, oh no.
Go ahead and roll that, and he goes, well, I'm not mistaken, but roughly, I'm assuming that looks the size of it. I'd say about 150 gold gem. You can take your pick, most likely emerald, ruby, sapphire, diamond, amethyst, whatever suits your fancy.
Oh.
12
Do you have a yellow topaz?
Of course. Tolan, do we have a yellow topaz?
Well, let me look. He'll get up and then walk around and up into. It opens like a side satchel compartment that opens up that you did not see. It was like seamlessly worked into the side of the Bardo wagon that opens up, and just a whole myriad of gems that look to be about the size you need kind of just pop open. You see a rainbow of colors that glisten in the hot summer sun and sparkle, and you do see a few yellow topaz stones.
You said it's 150?
It would be.
Would you install it included in that price?
Of course. I mean, what kind of businessman would I be if I didn't randomly stop your caravan in the middle of the road to not at least offer you a decent deal?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Anyways, what'd you get on your insight checks?
12.
15.
15. Completely forthcoming, extremely like overbearing, like confidence. Like it's almost like this is just like a normal Tuesday for him.
It's Harold.
Yeah, Harold feels. That's why he was like, "Oh, that's why I'm checking this guy out to make sure he's not a liar." All right, okay, cool.
Yeah, there's no like nothing I'd say nefarious in the tone of his voice,
And everything that you all have asked about or anything has been proven to be with action.
Yeah. But I will say, like, just looking over them, they don't look like your normal merchants. They are all very, very well equipped, and all of them look like they're able to handle themselves in a fight.
So they look like a mercenary crew that just happens to also sell things, maybe.
I mean, you know, maybe.
I would like to insight to see if that's a fair price he's giving me.
Make an intelligence check. Not
Okay. Straight intelligence.
Can I do that too?
Sure.
I just like shiny things. I'm a vain
19.
person.
19.
Yeah.
18.
Oh! It's flipped!
Actually, 100%. The size of the gem that they pull out and kind of look to that was going to fit the size of that. 150 actually is probably a little less than what it should be.
Interesting.
I like him immediately.
Yeah, I'll take it. And she'll walk over to the guy that they said can do this and set her shield down and she kind of steps away a little bit and reaches into her pouch and pulls out she counts out 150 gold. Oh. Yeah, okay. And she walks back over and holds it out to him.
And he'll take it. And the dwarf will come up and politely just hold his hands out for the shield.
She hands it to him.
Can I roll an insight check on whatever Seisha just did, whatever that was? The oof that she just is she getting low on funds? I need to know.
No, well, roll.
13.
I'll tell you the extent.
13.
It wasn't a O of feeling like she's low on funds. It was more of a I should have left some of this money at home. I should not be traveling with this much money.
I nod my head and I'm like, yeah, same.
So the furred half-elven man kind of smiles, fanged teeth, as he just kind of goes, so, anything else that we can do for you? We have an array of items and fun and unique potions.
Yep. I just want to see it all. Just want to see it all. Whatever you got, just like to see it all.
Yeah, I'll join you in that. Do we have time? How long can we hang out here?
Well, I mean, right now there's something blocking the road, and while I don't know what to say that thing possibly is, all I'm saying is that there's alcohol right here, and I want it.
I'm totally with you. I just want to make sure that we still get to Daggerford tonight.
Alcohol is one of our specialties.
In fact, specialties are here.
We have our absolute most perfect specialty of Fey Tequila, which kind of motions to the bottle that the halfling Darwin is drinking as he just smiles, raises it up, takes a swig, and you can see the little like multicolored worm wiggling around inside the bottom of this bottle. That is like I said, and it's a mild psychedelic in that it blurs the veil and lets you see into the Feywild, overlapping the prime material plane.
Yeah, I need a bottle of that.
Oof.
If you drink all of it, including the worm, you get a sensation of time dilation as everything moves slowly around you. It is truly magical. But aside from that, we also have Suzale, which is from Cormyr. We have Vilhan, which is a cider. We have a Water Davian special named Alulath, which is a sweet white wine. We have another Cormyrian dark wine, which is Burden Dusk Dark. And we have a extremely rare Duparian coffee, which is not alcoholic, but it is oh so perfect in the mornings.
I want the slow-mo drink.
Yeah, I think
that is 300 gold a bottle.
Well, okay. So how much for the what is Burden Dusk? What was that?
That is Burduskin Dark, and that's
Burduskin Dark.
20 gold.
20 gold for that, and then the white. What was that?
There is that is Alulath, which is from Waterdeep.
That's the one.
I wouldn't.
And that is 5 gold.
We live there.
Yeah, but I want a taste of home. And
oh my god.
Okay.
How much for the coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, 3 gold for a bag of grounded beans.
So the slow-mo drink, do you also move in slow-mo, or are you like really fast and everyone else is really slow?
Oh, you're just gonna have to drink it and find out, my dear.
Well, I will.
I need to roll an Arcana check. I'm sorry. Have I ever heard of anything that does anything remotely close to what he's talking about?
I'm just gonna point out pixie piss.
Right, but that just gets you drunk.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
but
not
it
something
also
I
has
in
a.
front of him.
We have never seen it go.
That is
Yep,
true.
Yep,
that is
yep,
true.
You've never seen it.
You can go ahead and make a history check.
Oh, a history check.
I will
it's the same.
buy.
No, a euphoric is what I was getting at.
Or Arcana, but
They're the same thing.
Yeah.
With absolutely
basically-
no regard for the truth, I will buy a bottle of the tequila, the bottle of the dusk, and the bottle of the white. So that's, I believe, and then I'm going to get enough coffee for the group, like for the entire group, for everybody who's on this trip.
You'll look over and Orkira is already handing over 3 gold for a bag. Okay, yeah, and does it have like brewing instructions on the back?
Oh, of course. And it actually, you get the bag, and it has the bag itself is stamped with that. It's a black bag, and it's stamped with the white symbol of the Guild of Thorns. And then there's a card attached to it that has handwritten instructions on how to brew the perfect cup of coffee.
Perfect. This has been a while. And yeah, I'm gonna buy a bag.
Okay, that's 3 gold. And then Harold, that would be
It's 300 for the Bane bottle.
300 for the
20 for the dusk,
and then 5 for the
so 325 plus whatever you guys want to charge, which is totally whatever y'all want to say. I will believe it. I don't know the first thing about coffee in real life.
Well, if I've gotten a bag of grounds, that should be plenty for the entire caravan. I mean, unless you're thinking about.
I don't know.
Unless you're thinking. Okay, well, I mean, do you want me to buy more?
No, I got it.
For as long
So
as we're
it's,
gonna be gone, I would get 3 bags.
Okay,
If you want to
yeah.
have coffee.
Well, I
regularly.
turn to Ren, who I'm like, you're the expert. How much should I get?
I mean, I think everybody should have a bag.
How can I offer you with this very charismatic man that I trust very vehemently?
Well, so you have
I'll
a
get a
crush?
bag for each person. How much?
I tell you what, and I'll give you a slight discount on that. It'd be 30 gold for 12 bags as he just kind of like eyes the caravan real quickly, does quick numbers in his head.
355 total.
355 total for that.
Yep,
Now
I
you
will-
can pay now, or we can continue doing business.
Yeah. We'll keep doing business. I'll write down. He writes down 355.
Sounds good. And I'll even do you a favor, and he'll kind of hold his hands up, and you watch as Darwin hops down, heads around to the back, and will grab a bottle of the Fey tequila, and will hand it to you as a sign of good faith.
So both me and V now have a bottle of this.
Mhm.
V also wanted the Fey tequila.
Yes.
Got it. Yes, V also has hands a bottle to each of y'all.
What's it
and-
called?
Fey tequila.
Fey tequila, and the
Bay
bottle
tequila.
is and I mean, and it's a short bottle. It's not like a wine size bottle. Like think more like a bottle of tequila.
Cordial.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
yep.
I mean,
Cordial
everything
bottle, yep.
everything Harold sees is like at least on the level enough that if this stuff is hot, they're professionals and they're not going to get caught with it, or because they have a lot of it. So he's like, you know what? I'm on board for this ride. Whatever. And he puts the stuff on.
Do you have any diamonds?
Oh, I do. Of course, we have diamonds.
Oh,
Before we get to that, Vinley, what did you roll?
Oh, 13.
13.
Yeah.
You know that Pixie Piss has rumors of granting you other things, but you've never heard of Fey Tequila, as this is a very specialized wine for the Guild of Thorns. So you can't tell if they're telling the truth about it until you actually drink it yourself. And there are some other things in the world that can give, like, there's obviously potions and elixirs and things like that, but there are other drinks in the world that typically have arcane abilities, but you can't call to mind any of them right now.
Do I recognize that worm? Or is it
No.
just a worm? Okay, cool.
You don't recognize it. As you ask for diamonds, he goes, of course. What are you looking for? We have various cost amounts. I know those are very, very important to components. We also have diamond dust if you're looking for dust in particular.
Ooh.
I'm looking for diamonds that are around 300 gold value.
Of course. Tolan, how many of those do we have in stock?
He'll bring out a set of keys and go to the other side and unlock another area that collapses down from the bottom and pulls out. And there's an arrangement of more shimmering gems, and they all seem to be diamonds. And,
Oh my god.
I'm counting 3.
We have 3.
I'll take all 3.
All right. 900 gold.
And she hands over 900.
Sasha, do you want me to help pay for that?
No, it's fine.
Now, that's just the alcohol. Let's get to the fun stuff, shall we?
Shall we?
The fun
Yep.
stuff?
You have more coffee?
So what would you like to start with? Unique items we found along our travels, or unique potions and elixirs we have? Or perhaps something a little more nefarious?
All 3.
Kind of looks towards Voss as he says this.
Boss is keeping about a 5-foot distance from all of this and kind of watching as it goes by. Tries to make
a common stick distance away from the man.
common sticks are good.
I wanna see your weird stuff. What weird stuff do you have?
Socially distancing stick.
Oh, quite a bit. Let's see. Why don't we start with, we have collected quite a bit of uncommon and even a few rare items throughout Faerun. We have, let's see. It's kind of like you see him like going, Cass, you bring the catalog up?
Oh no, not another catalog.
Yeah, we immediately all look back towards what's his face with his catalogs.
Harold
See the-
says the air
The
and he's like,
halfling that's knitting together goes, hold on. Looks around.
y'all making
Feels
stew?
underneath the seat. Got it right here. And he'll kind of walk over, grab it, and kind of start flipping through. Oh, we have a jug that creates various liquids throughout the day, but it's unique because I've never seen anything like it because it's a blue jug, and most of them are your standard brown ceramic, cream ceramic, but this one's blue. It was a different clay, also fired differently.
Oh, we have an amulet as he kind of motions, which this is one of my favorite. I mean, alcohol is considered healing potions. Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's
no.
right. Alcohol heals you. Oh,
Oh dear.
Oh, just so you know, before you continue going, I'm putting my Arcana checks in our little group chat in Zoom,
Okay.
just so I can remember them.
we have a bag that creates food. We have dust that if you sprinkle it on something, it vanishes from sight. Various potions. My absolute favorite, a blessing of Timora herself.
You can sell a god's blessing?
Of course. It is
Timora's absolutely.
a stone that has been blessed by her.
I will take out my Timora necklace and pop it out.
It's gonna make him charge you more.
Oh, Timora's luck is everywhere.
Damn right.
But know that we also have a few common or uncommon potions. A potion that can make you breathe fire and hold your breath indefinitely underwater. But
I walk on over to the jug and I want to look at the jug because Orkira has heard of an alchemy jug, but you said this was blue. Does this
It is
look like?
blue.
Okay.
It looks just like a regular alchemy jug. It has the stoppers all over it, but it is a blue ceramic instead of a.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and start, like, if they've brought them out to see the items, because I'm 100% interested in every single thing he just mentioned.
I'm gonna turn back to Voss and just lean over to him and be like, that dust could be incredibly useful to us.
I look at the dust and I say, does it work on objects or people as well?
That was the second to last thing you said, right?
Correct.
That was an 18 Arcana for that one.
Okay, I'll get to that.
Okay, cool.
I'll let you know in 2 seconds. Nope, both. Either a creature or an object.
Oh.
How long?
Roughly, 5 to 8 minutes.
How much?
200 gold.
All right. How many uses does it have?
Just the one.
Still pretty useful. That one time will be the one time you need it.
All right. I'll take it.
All right.
You don't want to save it for the more nefarious.
And 200 gold and.
I shoot you a look real quick.
I've been doing this a long time, and I know how to read people.
Listen, I
That's a
would
curse, really.
You know what? Just in the interest of keeping everyone safe, I wouldn't mind looking at the nefarious thing to make sure everything's all right.
Oh, of course, and it's all completely legal.
Of course.
Insight.
We're in the middle. Whose kingdom are we in right now? Can you even tell me?
This
I
is
don't
basically international waters.
know. Right.
It's an 18.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
It's legal.
Yeah.
I just look
and
over
he goes, well, in some countries.
I look over at Abaddon. I don't know
Something.
why. I just feel this weird kinship with him. I just nod, like, hey man, and then just like look back at Ren, and I'm like, it's like I saw that guy before. Anyway, so, okay, yeah, let's see these things.
Okay, we'll get there. Would you like to hear the rare stuff first? I'd
Yeah,
like to
let's
save
hit it.
those for last. So
Let's get there.
the rare stuff we have it's a chime that when it rings, things open around it and unlock. We have my favorite, and he pulls out this just block of wood.
Yeah, it looks like a stack of wood that's about this big, right? It looks to be folded over, and you can see like some hinges and stuff like that. Just looks like thin pieces of wood stacked on top of itself.
This opens up into an extremely large boat.
Yes. Yes.
And he just puts it back in his pocket.
I want a pocket boat.
You are absolutely not allowed to have a pocket boat. I'm
Why
so
not?
sorry.
What
Because you
if
would
we
open it
need
in our house.
But she's on her adventure.
What
And
if there's
this-
water we didn't anticipate that isn't on the map?
Wait. Let's hear what else he's got. I want to.
He holds up a feather that has like a little charm that dangles down from it that looks to be like an oak leaf. This makes a 60-foot tree. Never know when you're gonna need a tree.
I didn't think about it, but right now my mind is spinning of all the scenarios in which I might need just an impromptu tree.
Is it a feathered tree? Is that why the feather is the thing?
Nope.
And you see the halfling that's reading the tome kind of like pack it up and
Can you
put
cut
it in
the
a
tree
satchel.
down?
And he looks over and he goes, I think we could use some shade right now.
All right, you're right. And you watch as he holds it up, and Darwin hops off, grabs it, walks over to the open plains next to the road, just tosses it on the ground.
And sticks the quill into the ground, and you see this oak tree just grow and reach out over the pathway as you're all now shaded from the hot, blaring sun.
Oh, that's
Someone's
amazing.
Someone's going to think that was an act of God.
Or Kira steps out of the shade back into the sun
And,
but continues to admire the tree.
Rin goes, one of them, and you watch as he goes, and we have this, and he kind of pats on his back, and you see what looks to be a backpack. This here is quite a handy haversack. And
A water
How
sack?
much for the haversack?
2,000 gold.
I'll take it.
What's special about a haversack?
It's like my bag.
I've read about them. They're
It's
amazing.
a bag of holding?
And you watch as he goes,
Oh.
you're right. And he just reaches in and he pulls out a fishing pole from a side pocket that's about, tiny. And he just pulls a fishing pole out, sets it up against the thing. Holds many things. But he takes it, puts it back up, and walks over, and a haversack is brought to you.
Hey, the man.
Okay. And
Hey, Seisha,
Yeah.
can you open that up? I've always had a problem with bags of holding, but I
So she
haven't
opens it and makes sure it doesn't have teeth or a tongue or anything.
Yeah. I know I'm a little nervous about that kind of stuff, but I mean, I've never seen a backpack before. That's actually kind of neat.
I've read about them.
So what's the difference?
so a bag of holding is one large space. This is multiple, slightly smaller spaces. It holds a little bit more, but you're not able to put as large items in.
But you can organize your stuff.
And you can absolutely organize your stuff. And then there's a potion of heroism.
What does
That's
that
all we
do?
have for rare items.
What does that do?
Makes you a hero.
Well, what if we're already a hero, man? Look at me. Not just normal people running around this purple. It's all heroes and pimps from here.
Hearing this,
bolsters
Orkira
you.
spreads her wings so that she's framing Harold and sets off fire above his head so that he looks epic.
Oh, and Ren claps his hands. That is, I'm sold. You got me.
Thank you.
But, so when you drink this, you feel bolstered, and Timora herself blesses you.
Interesting. How much for the stone?
Stone is 4,000 gold.
And as you look at the stone, you recognize it as you have one.
Oh, what?
I think you do.
This is literally the thing that Petunia gave me?
Yeah, stone of good luck. Don't you have
Yeah.
one? Of those?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Damn, Petunia?
Jeez.
Good.
He really likes you.
Wait. Do I is that what she got me? No, she got me the periaptive wound closure. I think the luck stone's what I got her.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you.
yeah, okay,
Damn,
so
you must really
actually-
love her.
Oh.
Yeah, damn. Way to go, me.
Man, where did you get that from, son?
And this amulet, how much for that? Not that I have a problem with drinking or anything, even though I definitely bought the most.
Amulet
alcohol
is 6,000 gold. Because you
Yeah.
basically have a healing potion.
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
So as long as you have alcohol.
We just so happen to have a plethora of that now.
Mm-hmm.
Harold's thinking of all the opportunities where he's been in bad situations where he could have asked for a last drink and then he could have gotten out of it with this thing.
All right. So I know I've given you a lot. Allow me to give you a little bit more.
Yes.
As much as I do want to take your money, because I'm a merchant. It's what we do. At least I'm honest. And allow me to show you our unique potions.
And he claps, and the muscled dwarf in the back, as well as the heavier set tiefling, pull out a barrel of ale. I'm like, okay, that's strange. And then they twist the barrel of ale as it has a false bottom, and they remove it, and it is a stack of and very carefully held potion bottles.
Now, this here is an elixir of awareness. For 2 hours after drinking this, you become hyper aware of your surroundings, and you cannot be surprised by incoming anything. This, and you actually see that potion is a bubbling liquid that is primarily clear, but you see flashes of bright red periodically. He then points to another one that almost looks to be shadow captured in a glass bottle. This is Potion of Shadows. Let's just say it makes the shadows themselves cling to you, and hiding becomes a lot easier. This one, and he kind of points to almost the opposite, as this potion bottle seems to be glowing, is Elixir of Day. Drinking this, and you glow brightly with sunlight.
Oh,
and
Wait.
you're resistant to radiant energies.
Also, real sunlight, not like just daylight.
Real sunlight.
that could have been
points-
handy last night.
He points to another bottle.
And this one is a bright blue liquid with moving bolts of bright yellow, almost like there's a storm happening inside of it.
This is an energy potion. It slightly bolsters you temporarily, and it gives you the ability to find a surge of energy within yourself for a brief moment.
I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's good.
The next one, as the barrel's spun,
He looks straight at you, Harold. I think you're gonna really like this one.
You tell.
is a clear liquid, and it appears at first to be unassuming and plain. But what catches your eyes and draws attention when you look at it, it's like you can't look away from this very mundane-looking bottle. The potion itself almost compels you.
This is a glamour potion, and drinking this makes you even more charismatic. Or makes someone who's not at all charismatic.
I see.
This one, and he'll kind of look to you, boss, is the nimbleness potion.
And you see that amongst all of the other potions, this one is the most guarded, as it seems to be leathered, strapped down to the actual, whole containment, as it seems to be jostling itself, even though the barrel is not moving.
This makes you dexterous. Even those who are not dexterous become dexterous for the duration of this. And it
How
lasts an
much is that
entire
one?
day. Now, the nimbleness potion is 400 gold
For the whole day.
for the whole day. But
Oh, go ahead.
my pride and joy, the rarest of potions that we have ever been able to lay our hands on.
And you see the tiefling kind of grab a handle in the center and twist and pull up, and it's just like this
Like mist and steam kind of like comes out, but it like almost cold steam though.
and it's just a red potion that seems to be kind of effervescent, almost.
Like a healing potion.
No.
Oh,
No.
What is it? What is it?
Oh, you drink this and you benefit from having 8 hours of sleep.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
ow.
Like on the
That's neat.
spot?
On the spot.
How much for that?
2,500 gold.
That
Oh.
fair price. Fair price.
It's a literal good night's sleep in a bottle.
It is the potion of rest.
Oh, wow.
Seisha looks at Venley.
I don't know who here would benefit the most from that.
I believe Harold would benefit the most from that. I never get fully tapped out
Oh.
as far as my resources go. If any fight that we've ever been
I
is
mean, I could use it for being able to strike
Right.
things with my god's blessing.
I don't feel like I need it. Like that amulet though, Come on. Oh, I got a hangnail. Just kidding. Glug glug. I'm fine.
That potion is the kind of thing no one thinks they need until somebody suddenly needs it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose you'd give me a discount since I've bought so much already.
Right. We are buying basically everything you have out from under
Would
you.
you be willing to consider a discount since I've spent so much already?
Purchase en masse.
I mean, I'm gonna buy a few things too, so we're not
As am
done.
I.
I will tell you there is no discount on the potion of rest. It is 2,500 gold. I will not go any lower on it.
It is their most
It's,
prized potion.
I mean, it's
But
it's
if
a
there's
fair
anything else
price.
you want,
How much for the clear one?
The charisma potion.
Shut up, Harold.
400 gold.
Can I have that one?
Can you guys put a list of all the potions? I forgot a lot of them.
And if you want to make a persuasion check on any of the other items, Seisha, you can. But if
Yeah.
it was specifically for the potion of rest, then
Yeah,
I
it was
will-
for the rest.
I
I'll,
will.
I'll take the potion of rest.
Wait, is there only one?
there is only one.
That's
Okay.
a very rare potion. I've
That's
never seen one.
Yes.
I was gonna buy it.
Oh well,
Can you use it?
Can I use it? What are you talking about?
anyone
like-
can use a potion.
Well, no, I mean, like, is it? I would be using it when I can't invoke my
Godly powers.
my godly powers.
Oh. I would use it if I was on the brink of death.
I think it'll
I mean,
probably.
both of those are valid
I
uses.
think Seisha, you're fine to go ahead and keep it. There's lots of other great stuff.
Lately,
You-
lately the
they-
fights have been hitting me a little harder than normal, and I'm
you
feeling
want
a
it,
little
V?
less confident. No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have some greater healing potions. I just,
Okay.
Orkira slides up to V and is like, "Are you okay?"
yeah, I just, I'm okay.
We'll talk later.
I'm gonna make.
I pay the man 2,500 gold.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
Ooh.
I
Also,
came out here rich. I ain't rich anymore.
I just want y'all to know that the only person who has ever benefited from something like this was me. Who was it? Laurel Silverhand herself or Vajra? One of those two women walked up to me and was like, "Long rest, go ahead." And I was like, "Oh." So seeing a potion of this just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Seisha came close. Didn't she have a potion that was almost like a long rest in a bottle? Like it got rid of exhaustion or something. Because it was just before we went after Manchun.
That wasn't me.
Someone had something close. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's totally worth having.
Mm-hmm.
She takes it and kind of looks at V.
Uh-huh.
It's your adventure. And she holds it
No,
out to her.
No.
It's your godly powers that sometimes you can't tap into.
Yeah, but it's your adventure.
Maybe if I, am basically
I'll
dead
feed it to
before.
you if you're almost dead in battle.
Okay, works for me.
Okay.
6,000 for that amulet. Man, that is such a good amulet, though.
What does the amulet do again?
Do you want to owe me a very large debt,
It
Harold?
turns
No.
alcohol into healing once a day.
Is it like the stronger the alcohol, the more the healing?
No, but it is comparable to a mid-sized healing potion.
Mm.
Think of it like we're in a bad spot. Oh crap! I'm getting the crap kicked
Yeah.
out of me.
Mhm.
Somebody throws me over the bar. I chug some tequila. I sit back up, ready to rock. I think that's how it works.
I'm actually vetoing the idea of you being allowed to wear this amulet because Drunk Harold is not a good fighter. Trust me.
6,000 gold done. No.
Harold.
Done. Actually, you know what? How about me for a discount? What about a discount here? Look at me. I've already shown you I'm a hero. And
Make
not
your
only am
persuasion
I-
check.
Oh, okay.
I'm very interested in those magic items.
22.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
Roll
didn't even roll
five.
that great. Yeah, I rolled a.
I tell you what,
13.
you are indeed spending quite a bit on here. I tell you what, I will give you the amulet for 5,500 instead of 6,000.
Nice.
That's a fair price.
That's very kind.
Thank you. I will pay him the 5,500 plus the 355, I believe, is what I.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So yep.
She's just gonna
Yep.
walk back over to Voss and just kind of with her back to the caravan and all of the merchants, just kind of lowly whisper, so what do you think the chances are that they're gonna double back and try to rob us tonight?
I look at them. Possible.
Okay.
If I were in their spot, though, the things I would be giving you would be poisoned.
Mm.
So perhaps it might be wise to buy something cheap and try it immediately.
Okay. That's a good idea.
I'm perusing the magic items.
I'm there too. Is that did Seisha buy the only haversack that they've got, or do they happen to have more than one?
Rin has did not give the one off of his back, but if you inquire, are you asking if there is any other haversacks?
Yeah, or Kira would have been watching as Seisha put hers together and has gauged the size of the main compartment and realized that it is maybe not as large as a bag of holding, and that made her happy for reasons. And so she's now kind of eyeing that.
Okay. But if you inquire, I'm sorry, that was the last haversack. However, I'll sell you the one right off my back.
Oh.
That I don't want to take the one that you got, especially since I would probably have to alter it anyway. But it's good to know about this kind of thing because I've been kind of avoiding.
No,
bags.
really, and he'll literally walk to the back of the cart, turn it inside out, dump everything out of it. You just hear clink, 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 and you just hear Cassidy, the halfling, go, shakes her head, and then he gets back. He walks over, holds it out, 2,000 gold.
She'll take a look. Does it look like she could alter the straps so that it would be a side carrying bag since she can't wear a backpack?
Yeah, you think you can do that?
Because the straps are not part of the magic part of the item, right?
Yeah.
So okay.
Not at all.
Seisha or Kira, Vinley, you all notice the wood elf riding the horse has been subtly moving their hand in a specific way.
Absolutely not.
As in casting a spell?
You can roll Arcana.
Arcana.
Arcana, yeah.
Arcana.
Please.
Oh.
Absolutely not. 27.
19.
13?
Or Kira, you're unsure. The other two, you 100% know they are not casting a spell.
Oh, okay.
Do I recognize any sort of pattern to it?
You've been around somebody in your group well enough.
Yeah. Since
Or
he's
Kira
still
just
standing
looks
by
over
him,
and then
Seisha's
looks back at the
gonna say to Voss, I think someone's trying to contact you. Look at the wood elf.
Oh.
I watch out of the corner of my eye. I do not look directly at the wood elf.
Okay. Using your passive, having it being pointed out to you, you now notice it. As they're just trying to do it subtly, they're not trying to keep it hidden. And your eyes pick up that it is Thieves Cant.
Figured. What are they saying?
Basically, they show a sign for rogue, they show a sign for merchant, and they show a sign for poisons.
Oh.
Voss just made a new friend.
Yeah.
Should have led with poison.
I walk over, kind of break away from the rest of the group, kind of give Seisha pat on the back, a little reassured that they're doing this, as it means them, in Boss's mind, less likely that they're trying to just kill us outright. And say, this should be fine. Give me a moment.
Sure.
And I walk over to the wood elf, nod, and in Thieves Cant say, I'm interested in the latter and the first. Weapons and deadly things.
It was more so a sign saying, I am a rogue, I am a merchant, I sell poisons.
I will take that then.
And kind of quietly in Thieves Cant, and you actually see, like, as he walks up, Rin kind of eyes it and then kind of attempts to pull your attention more as he gets kind of even more exuberant to everyone else. But Lynn, the wood elf, through Thieves Cant, basically is what specifically are you looking for? Is what is relayed.
Something tasteless that can put someone down within an hour.
Oh my god.
I mean, if you're gonna get, you might as well
Yeah.
go serious.
Yeah.
Right?
Go big or go
why-
home.
Yeah. If you're gonna
Yeah, you
poison
don't come to the
someone-
poison merchant and be like, I'm looking for something a little weaker than usual. Just
I want
something
something that tastes like
I want to
liquid.
upset their tummy a little.
Maybe a mild paralytic.
No, you could do a lot with a mild paralytic.
Yeah.
Not that I've never thought about that.
I mean, that's what I was doing to the salesman in our caravan the entire ride. For a full day. I was just paralyzing his tongue.
And look how much work that was. If you just had a poison, that would have,
Right?
put him down in an hour.
No one would have to worry about him ever again, except for the people with diamonents.
You've just made the argument for murder.
I know.
I'm a murderer.
Yeah.
You
there
rubbed
you go.
off on her.
No, she was a murderer well before I met her.
I was a
Oh, I
murderer.
was talking about Lauren.
Oh.
She was a murderer well before I met her.
Oh, yeah,
Fair.
exactly. Yeah.
I was gonna say Vinley's been a murderer well before basically any of you have been born.
Now don't rub it in.
But he tells you we have several ingested. Some worse than others. It really just depends on how serious you are. From assassin's blood to
I have assassin's blood.
which is he's like that's the lightest of the light.
What's the heaviest of the heavy then?
Something laced with blood of the gods.
Do you have that?
Do you have the coin?
I don't even know how much it is, so I would need to know that first.
15,000 dragons.
No, I don't have that. The most I could pay would be 2,000. So let's start there.
That helps. Midnight Tears is probably the best of what you're looking for.
What's its conditions? What does it do? Explain it to me.
Doesn't do anything until the stroke of midnight. If it hasn't been neutralized, if their body does not break it down, they are racked in pain.
How much?
1,500.
Where are you headed? And will you be by Waterdeep at any point in time?
I believe Waterdeep is our next stop.
Awesome.
I can give someone who may be able to help your business, specifically yours, a heads up, as well as markets through which you may be able to sell for a discount.
You'll need to talk to Ren about that.
So I will. Until I can talk to Ren, that'll be my last word on it. Except I pull Vinley aside for a moment, and I say, if we get that sunlight potion, would that fulfill the conditions of the goblin hand?
Oh my god.
I've never really thought of it, honestly.
I know you got this for me, and was a little creeped out by it, but this could fulfill the conditions of that. Maybe that was the riddle.
perhaps we'll see how expensive that potion is. If it's worth the risk,
We're
Well-
talking about a magical goblin that can protect our minds indefinitely. This may be worth quite a lot to us.
Yes, of course. Depending on how much that sunlight potion is precisely. Because it might not even work. Remember the doorway? It wouldn't work unless you casted a specific spell on it. Perhaps it's going to be like that.
It's
Listen,
worth a try. We are
It
fighting
is.
things beyond the dimension, beyond the pale. Although I don't like. You're sure this thing isn't sentient? Like it doesn't know we're talking right now, and it's not living in agony as a hand, right?
I have never found one of these before, so I could not tell you.
I'll ask it if
Voss.
this works.
Hmm,
It may be worth picking it up.
good plan. Have you seen this lovely blue vase, by the way? Oh, Voss.
Yeah, someone else made that joke before, and it was just as grating then as it is now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just go back to perusing the items then. Sweating. He's gonna kill me. He's literally going to kill me.
Rhea, you're a monster. I just want you to know that.
So
I know.
Rin will, kind of turn back while they're talking. Anything else we can do for you? Any other items catch your interest before we start packing up and heading out?
Yeah. But oh, sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I will ask for the price for the sunlight, surge, and the glamour.
All right, glamour is 400.
Okay.
Elixir of day is 175.
Damn it.
It's cheap.
And
That's
It's
worth it.
the energy potion is 250 gold.
All right, I will definitely purchase the sunlight one, as that is cheap. I give Vinley a thumbs up as I do.
Can't wait to try it, buddy. Looking forward to it.
If I have money left, I might buy two, just so we can try it out once.
I'm gonna have a very long conversation with Harold later today about major image and throwing your voice places.
Voss, how are you just like outright buying that sunlight potion?
I'm gonna buy one of them.
Okay. Oh,
They only have one of each of these unique potions.
Okay, I will just buy that one then. Definitely buy that one. But what were you gonna say, Okira?
I was just thinking, so remember when we were at the door and we needed the sunlight and I knew of a spell, but I wasn't powerful enough to cast that spell?
Hmm.
I think I can do that now.
Excellent. We may need to experiment with something tonight.
Yeah, it's not necessarily, I mean, I can do it. I was thinking about doing it during the vampire thing, but turn undead is just so much more
How
fun.
Are you feeling, by the way?
I'll be better in 5 days. Yeah.
And Rin
And
will
she's
actually
still
speak
like
up.
playing with the haversack. She's still like looking at it and eyeing it. And every once in a while puts her hand into it and you watch her wince. And then nothing happens and she pulls it back out. And she's like, I think I'm going to actually buy one of these. Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
2,000 gold. Also, you seem like adventurers, and I'm also selling death wards.
What?
Oh, I can do that too. And I'll just reach out as Voss is finishing buying his potion and death ward him.
But can you do enough for everybody?
I can. I can't do a lot after that. That's really powerful.
Exactly.
But
That's why you pay someone else to do it.
How?
you wait. That's
Saves your energy.
you pay people to you sell your death wards.
Of course,
it's
I sell my death wards. I'm a merchant. I follow the goddess of luck and money. Of course, I sell my death wards.
You don't death ward your friends.
Oh, I'll just bring him back.
Okay, but can you do that without diamonds?
Where is this conversation going?
Yeah, this is
I don't
getting
know,
into
but now
a-
I suddenly feel like this is a god off.
I have a question about the vase.
The alchemy jug, and he just laughs and
Yeah.
kind of just smiles at your hero. Doesn't seem to take any offense to any of it.
She's not offended either. She's
yeah.
just like weirdly defensive now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The first time Orkira got defensive over her.
3,500 gold pieces. I keep saying dragons. They say gold pieces, not dragons, because we're not in Waterdeep.
And what exactly? Why is it? What is?
Does it do
Why?
anything different?
What is this?
It does.
Because I know what an alchemy jug is. I
Me too.
Mayonnaise! What?
I want it so bad.
Also, my lowest roll on the uncommon items was a 17.
Yes, and just so you know, everything that Ren is telling you is everything that you are getting, so you know that he is not lying to you.
Cool.
But identifying is using the spell identify. Arcana just kind of gives you the vagueness.
I just wanted to know if I knew what the items were based on appearance.
So this the blue one is slightly different from your standard one. It doesn't create acid or poisons.
Oh.
It does create hot tea and honey though. In addition to all of the beer, the mayonnaise, the oil, the vinegar, the water, the French water, the salt water, the wine.
It's
I am
made for
Orkira. Orkira is already handing over the money. Yes,
Yeah.
please. Yep. Just put it right in my new bag.
Gladly, and he'll take the thing and 3,500 dragons. And you know what? I'll give you 10% off.
Oh,
Wait.
Because of
I'm sorry. Wait, how much was it again?
3,500.
3,500.
I
so
don't
minus
have
35
that.
gold.
How much do
35
you
gold
need?
less, or 350 gold less.
Kira, how much do you need?
Oh no, I don't want to spend that much on. I thought it was like a couple hundred. I didn't think it was a couple thousand.
I'll cover half of it for you.
I was also thinking about getting the thing that makes food, so that you didn't have to deal with my lobster food.
How much is that
I'll
bag?
deal with the lobster food.
2,000.
Deal with lobster.
2,000?
Let me 2,500.
Oh, give
I
me
wouldn't have
that.
enough for either. Damn.
I'll take the bag
All right.
of food making.
All
Or
right.
Kira, if you wanted,
Who doesn't want a jug that makes mayonnaise?
Very well, give me both then.
All right.
I will.
Uh,
I'll hand over the 2,000 I have left.
Oh,
So I've got 2,284. So, Orkira's never had money before, but she doesn't. All she knows is I have enough to buy things, and I don't need diamonds right now. So she just hands over the 2,000s. Like I can cover this much because I've always wanted one of these. And yeah,
And it'll
Yeah,
fit in
mayonnaise.
the haversack.
I have a calculator up just so both of you know, and I've already done the math with the 10% off minus the 2,000. I will be paying 3,650 gold pieces.
Great.
And I've already removed the 400 for the potion of charisma.
Okay. Anything else I can do for you, fine gentlemen
If the rest of the party is done
Ladies?
bartering.
and ladies and gentlemen?
I'm good, thank you.
Just kidding.
Um,
I'm
Load
so
will come a
happy.
lot later.
I
And
will.
Orkira is just opening up all the stoppers and looking into it and wondering what she wants to make first.
I'll say I'd like to speak to you about a potential business proposition if you have some time.
I always have time for business.
I take him to the side then.
Can I get your name, good sir?
My name is Mr. Bill Ronto.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Bill Ronto. I'm Rin. He just
I can-
smiles this toothy, fanged smile at you. The kind of fur patches. You can see one of his eyes looks to be like that of a canine, whereas the other one is a more humanoid.
I hope you won't find this question offensive, but I don't believe I've ever met a creature of your ilk before.
I am, let's just say, blessed by the Celestials.
All right. I heard from your driver. You'll be making your way to Waterdeep shortly.
That's the plan. Hopefully, see what business we can gain there.
At this point, I'd like to make a general insight check onto his character, if I can do that.
Sure. Go ahead
Is
and
he
make
a
an
good
insight check.
person?
Cool. He better not be a good person, otherwise this is a waste of time. But I need to know how bad he is.
Wow.
8. It's on its edge too.
Hard to tell. Hard to read.
Okay.
I mean, from what you've picked up of his conversation, it helps. Money's money.
Okay. I'll take the chance then. I have certain connections within the City of Splendor that are, let us say, on your level that you would find interesting.
Xanathar.
No.
Just assume Waterdeep in that aspect. It's usually the Xanathar.
Believe me when I say this, friend, those names are sinking.
Interesting.
In any case, I can give you a meeting with a rising star in exchange for a discount on some of your more discretionary items.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Cool. Wish I got in the glamour fortune before I did this. Oh, nice. 19.
Okay, there you go. That is taking quite a shot. How about this? You let me know who or what I am getting from this meeting. I'll let you know if that is worth a discount or not.
Have you ever heard the name the Doom Raiders?
They are pretty famous.
Killed Esarek.
So you have them.
They definitely made a name for themselves hunting undead and liches. But when the death curse hit a couple of years ago and their deeds traveled.
I've always found that it is better to do business with those who have drive, strength, and intelligence. And I would think that those rising stars in particular would be quite good business partners.
You see, I think I like you, Mr. Ronto. You see, the Doom Raiders and the Guild of Thorns are very on parallel paths, you could say.
Then if I could give you a meeting, only a meeting, as it would be, as I do not have the ability to make this decision myself, unfortunately. Would that entitle me to a small discount of one of your more deadly items?
I'll tell you what, I'll do you one better. As a sign of good faith from the Guild of Thorns to a group that just gave me a lot of money. If you buy whatever it is you're looking for at full price, I'll throw in an extra something for free.
I pull out a small paper bird. I want it sent to Davil.
Okay.
And I will say, I am sending you a potential interest for the city that may be a boon to us at a later date. And I write down the information of him and his troop. And I say, expect them within 3 days' time. And I send it off. Let him see I send it off. Not necessarily what's written. And then I say, when you arrive, go to the yawning portal. Crud, what is the name of the orc woman?
Agra.
Yagra.
Yagra. Speak to Yagra. You should be expected. And I will pay full price for the items that I want, which would be the dust, the sunlight, and the poison, which is 1,500, I believe. So in total, 1,875 gold.
It was the Dust of Disappearance, which was 400.
Oh, it's 400?
200,
Sorry.
200. It's 200.
200.
Sorry. 200. The Sunlight. Yep, which was 175.
Super important.
And then, was there a fourth one, or is it just the three?
I don't have enough for the glamour. So just these 3. I'm running low on funds because I actually spend my money instead of hoarding it.
I think everybody just spent a lot of their money today.
I
Yeah.
still have well over 2,000.
All right.
So
we'll
1875.
hand you the Midnight Tears, bottle of Midnight Tears.
Excellent.
And then we'll also hand you.
I just dropped 5,400 gold.
Yes, you did.
I'm only
I
up to
just-
4,000.
I spent
5,855.
I spent a little over 4,000, and she's got 284 gold left, and that is still hundreds more than she has ever had in her entire life.
This was a good stop, though. I got a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah.
Also,
238.
It's gonna work again.
Vinley's going to give you the bag of food making. Seisha.
Oh.
I know what this item is. It's going to be very useful in your hands, not mine.
Okay. I know how to use cooking utensils now.
You'll have an even better time with it then.
Yeah, thanks, Venley.
Of course. You're our group chef.
And she gives her a big hug.
Aw. I can't wait to try whatever you make with it.
Oh, it's gonna be good. But I'll wait and then I'll ask if I can make dinner tonight. How many people does it cook for?
I would have to look at it further. I've just heard rumors about what item this is.
Oh, okay.
We'll also be arriving in Daggerford, so I don't think we'll be with everything.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
It'll
point.
just be us, right?
I mean, we could always save money.
We could, yeah.
I mean, we just spend money to save money.
We spent a little bit today, or at least I did.
This is so much fun. And I'm still looking at the blue jug. What should we make first?
Oh.
I don't know. Tea.
Definitely not alcohol.
And then he also hands you a bottle of something. And
Patron?
says
It's Goldschlager, which is kind of like
Oh,
this. You'll want to apply to your blade, and it will have quite the sting.
Pick it. Nod of the head. What is it?
It is venom from a bone devil's stinger.
Ooh.
And it'll hurt really bad.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll send you what it does.
And
Ooh.
remind me, we've seen a bone devil, right? Or no? The
I
thing in
know
the
you've seen-
Xanathar's fighting pit.
That was a
the...
chain devil.
Chain devil.
Okay, that's what I thought. I couldn't remember if it was chain or bone. Also, what were the other magic items that we haven't bought yet?
What was the bag of food? Is that a bag of bounty?
Bag of bounty.
Awesome.
There is the potion of water breathing, potion of fire breath, stone of good luck, chime of opening, folding boat, the feather token tree, which is still a tree right now, and the potion of heroism, and then the other elixirs that are still there.
There was one thing that you said, and as soon as you said it, it left my brain, but I wanted to know more
Chime
about it.
of opening.
The one before that.
The stone of good
Oat?
luck,
Yes. How much was that, did you say?
4,000 gold.
Oh, hey, Seisha.
Yeah.
Remember how I bought you a gift?
Yeah.
Could I perhaps use 2,000 gold?
Of course. Yeah. And she gives her 2,000 gold.
I would like the stone of good luck, please.
Well, I had money.
I am now down to less than 1,000 gold.
I have 384 or 348 remaining.
I mean, this is more gold than we need for the rest of our lives, so
Yeah.
we might as well spend it on
Yes.
stuff that is going to help us, right?
It's going to save our lives potentially.
Yeah. Or just make them sweeter, as Orkira is still contemplating the honey out of the jug. She hasn't made anything yet, but she's still contemplating.
Yikes.
Yikes.
I think I'm the only person in the party that's about to have full attunement slots.
I mean, go for it.
No,
V.
Oh, fair. You beat me to it, V.
I also technically.
Oh,
already have-
speaking of attunement, I need you guys to put the Stone of Golor version that you use on my sheet at some point so I can put it in an attune slot.
Okay, I'll get that to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I meant to ask and kept forgetting.
Well, I believe we have held up your caravan long enough. And for that, I do apologize, but do thank you very much for your business. And I do hope that this pit stop was beneficial in many ways.
Very much so.
Thank you
It
so much.
definitely was, but you shouldn't apologize because that was the only lie you told.
Wait, what are the artifacts that are left?
There is the Chime of Opening, the Folding Boat, the the Feather Tree Token, the Potion of Heroism, and the Stone. Oh no, you bought the stone, didn't you?
I
But
did.
Can I get the boat?
Buy the
How much
boat.
is it again?
The
You
boat
can
is
get the boat.
10,000 gold.
Oh, I can't afford the boat.
Oh, that would have been so fun.
Neato.
You'd
Because
have
it
a
folds
pocket
out
full of
into a-
sand and a pocket full of boat. It would have been amazing.
I know.
Aw.
It folds out into a full longboat.
So, but what about the tree? How much is the tree?
1,000 gold.
I don't know when we would need to use a tree, but maybe I can like hide behind it or something.
It seems like one of those things that you don't think you're gonna need, but at some point you're gonna be like, oh, if only we had a
What
tree.
if, can you chop it down? Can you get a new tree? Like, can you
question.
use the wood from it?
Honestly, where we're going, they admire nature, so being able to conjure a tree at will might be very
Yeah.
impressive to the people that we're going to meet.
I'll buy a tree.
Yay! Instant tree. Just add water. Wait, do you have to have water?
Nope.
I mean, it's a tree.
Okay, here's 1,000 gold. I'm not superfluous with money or anything. All right, let me type in my obsessions. Instant tree.
Instant.
This one, I think.
I thought you said obsessions.
I
And
did
was-
too.
Yeah.
And it still works. It totally
It
still
did.
works.
No, yeah.
Obsession tree.
Instant
And-
obsession.
Did the two of you also get the Fey tequila?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'm
Okay.
so glad I didn't buy
Wait,
that.
so
because
there
I
was the
bought-
potion of heroism, which just gives you like energy boost, and then there was what was that first thing again? There was the boat pocket.
the chime of opening.
That
Kind of opening. It just opens
so yeah.
doors.
the surge one, right? The one that's
What?
surge of energy.
Thing.
I think Voss bought that.
Oh, I thought you said it was.
No, I didn't
Oh,
have
okay.
enough for it.
How much is it?
Hold on, before you do the halfling will go and we'll take the tree down. That was actually a hiccup on my part. It's not a reusable item. It is a once and done item. So
I don't want it.
the magic will say it was just a little wonky there. They pick it back up. That demonstration only, demo purposes only.
I want my money back. I don't want the tree anymore.
The tree appears and it's just got a sign that appears at the bottom of the tree that says "Demo tree only. Do not chop down."
Yep. But yeah, so the token is there, but you use it and you make a 60-foot tall tree, 20-foot radius trunk. Like it is massive.
We could have a big tree in our courtyard.
Or
I don't think the city would
what
approve
the
a tree
what
that
the
big.
tree is useful for is if we're in a bad situation and need a distraction then.
Hmm.
Like, oh, we're in the bad guy's house. Plant a tree in his living room.
Oh, hi,
But
But wouldn't it be
June.
great
Tree.
to just be able to open doors?
Oh wait, what is this?
It has to be unoccupied space on the ground. It's very useful if you're a druid and you need to travel really far and you're in a place that doesn't have trees.
I've never even thought of that.
I am none of these things.
When you mean on the ground,
Yeah, I
you
think-
mean like
but
dirt.
That surge of energy potion.
It just doesn't have any. Correct, dirt. Nothing can be occupying it. So like cobblestone would be something occupying the dirt.
That surge of energy potion will be huge for you. I just
What?
have,
I already get a lot of energy from raging.
let me if I had to put it into terms like I was playing a game, I would guess it would give you another action in the same turn.
Oh,
that's
remember we played the Leviathan's Labyrinth, and it's kind of like that. So it would give you a whole like it's that action.
It's like, oh, I swing, I drink this, swing.
Okay. How much is that potion?
250 gold.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I can
Yeah.
buy that. That's nothing.
And you were curious about the chimes of opening, weren't you?
Yeah, I am. Because
is
we've
6,000
broken
gold.
into how many places, guys?
Hey,
I smile awkwardly to Ren, like, ha, 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 what a kidder. I pat her on the arm a couple of times, like you.
He doesn't even make any like recognition or whatever. He just looks at you and smiles.
However, Seisha and Orkira and Vinley, you notice that the rest of your caravans kind of like looking around each other like, what? Who did we hire? Who's traveling with us?
And they saved our lives, but I'm not asking that question anything.
I just kind of like turn and I'm like, gray hand emblem just like out, like, just like,
So the chime thing.
6,000 gold.
6,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's a useful.
We don't
one.
break
Is it multi-use or is it
Oh,
one
it's
ever?
definitely multi-use.
I would say for that much money, it better be.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
I'm so sad the tree isn't one-time use.
I know.
Oh, at one point you'll get a chance
I'm not
to.
gonna spend my money. As much as I would love to just dump all of it on it, I just don't know when we're making more of it. So
We'll just have to introduce you to Penelope so that you can meet a druid who can make a tree.
Oh, you'd love Penelope.
Yeah. Oh, everyone loves Penelope.
It's
I
easy.
want to
I-
meet Penelope.
There is one more elixir that I think I skipped over. It's the elixir of night. It gives you the ability to see through darkness, including magical darkness.
I want it.
Yeah, me and V could be running around in the dark sea and stuff.
That is 100 gold.
Gimme.
Only 100? Wow.
Lasts only for an hour.
Still.
That's 100. That's a golden hour.
A really good price.
What's it called?
That's
Elixir of night. I'll have to send it to you. It's not in D&D Beyond.
Oh, I'm typing it under other possessions just to remember I have
Yep,
it.
absolutely.
I can't believe I have a luck stone.
All right.
He needs it, man.
If that is all,
Can I have my shield? Is he done yet?
and then at that point you actually see that Tolan, who has been working this entire time, finishes the final little touches on it and brings it over to you, and there is a topaz in the center.
That's beautiful.
And you see that he's tried to work out not the scratch marks, obviously, but the big indent.
Yeah.
He's been able to force that out a little bit more, but there's still like it looks like the eye was scarred.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. It's not much, but here. And she gives him 20 gold tip.
Gladly takes that.
Yep. A nod and kind of pulls his goggles up onto his head as he climbs back into the second Vardo. Kind of holds his hand out, helps Cassidy the halfling up, and they all kind of get together, load back up, and kind of move their way, like kind of back and move out of the way to where they're kind of going next to y'all.
It was really nice meeting all of you. Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah.
Safe travels.
And like as they go, Orkira, you kind of pick up a little bit of their conversation, and you kind of hear Ren talking to Darwin, and he's just like, "See, I told you we didn't have to ask what they're serving in the tavern." As he just continues to move.
I make eye contact with Abaddon as we go by. It's just this fleeting feeling again of like, I feel like I know that guy. We're continue on. Like both of us just staring at each other awkwardly.
This bag of bounty is awesome, by the way. I am so hyped.
And Harold,
Yes.
as you gather in and sit down, there's that feeling of just that Fey tequila on your hip, almost as like something is drawing you to it. Like there is something that just.
I'm gonna look to V and I'll be like, hey, we got a little bit of time before we make it there. Let's drink.
Yeah, I want to see
Yeah.
slow-mo.
Oh yeah, let's see some slow-mo. I'm gonna start light though. We're not gonna go straight slow-mo. We're gonna get to slow-mo, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And Harold uses that as an excuse to start drinking.
Okay.
Okay. And just for clarifications, you're not drinking the whole thing.
Right.
You're just tasting it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're just giving it a little hint here.
Yeah. How
And
big is
it
the
is-
bottle?
It's like
it's a yeah.
it's like a
We're just
Tabasco.
tasting it.
Drink like a sake bottle.
Okay.
Two different kinds of people. Sake
You
bottle,
know, the sake bottle and the
Tabasco.
Tabasco bottle, you know, very.
It's like a sake bottle.
Thank you.
That is
That's
a great,
much more.
a great.
Although with both sake and Tabasco, a little bit goes a very long way. So
That's true.
I'm
And I
returning
suspect
to my
this-
shield for the next hour.
Okay. Sounds great.
I want to cast Identify on the Luckstone just to make sure.
It is a luck stone.
Tight, I'm attuning to it.
But before anybody else does anything, Harold and V.
Ooh,
Oh God.
we're dead.
As you tip the drink into your mouth,
We die immediately. We fall on the spot, make new characters.
there's a tingling sensation as the drink touches your lips. And as it passes over your palate, it's hard to describe. Its flavor mingles and changes in a few directions, from an earthy, semi-sweet to a fruitier taste, before shifting to a greener and brighter taste, and then back again as it just cycles through all these wondrous flavors, never sticking to one. A soothing and comforting feeling washes over you as a tingle from your lips spreads throughout your body, and you begin to see fleeting sparkles in the peripheral of your eyes. And the more you drink, only taking small sips, the more the dancing embers linger in your vision until everything you see has an iridescent rainbow aura radiating off of it.
Are we tripping?
I feel like I'm tripping.
I think
For a
we're
brief
tripping.
moment, you feel as if your senses are slowed, or perhaps heightened. It's hard to tell, almost as if your mind is split between two realities. Your mind races, wondering what could be mixed into the tequila, or perhaps what extract the worm is secreting into this. A beetle flies past you, and you swear you could count the beating of its wings. Fixated on such an odd and intense feeling, even if slight and fleeting, you can't help but follow the beetle before something else catches your attention.
In the distance, there is a deer, glowing in radiant feathers, whose light drifts off like arcane smoke. You watch as it drinks from a pond of warm, pink, shimmering liquid. Suddenly, a burst of flowers explodes into the air as they turn into fluttering bugs filtering through the air violently as the deer's head and ears perk up at its attention. You wait. Nothing seems to happen as a few moments pass. But then you see a blurred tendril lash out from the rust-colored tall grass, narrowly missing the deer. The doe jaunts off, and you see it being chased by some very large, dark blur through the grass before both disappear into the brush.
V, you look to see if maybe Fabian or Fro, or not, Bilver or Doran saw what you saw. But it's evident from their calm demeanor, not even paying attention, that they did not see what just transpired. However, you also see a pale, beautifully unique, androgynous shifting creature that blends Eladrin with enrapturing flora and winged insecta, who is standing behind Harold. The more you look, the more their form shifts, never holding a true form. Like your mind losing focus when your eyes stare at something for too long. The creature grins towards you with a dark, creepy, black, toothy smile, as if they can tell you are looking at them. Harold.
You see V looking at you. You're also looking around to see if anybody notices what you're seeing, as if two worlds are overlapping. And at first, you're enjoying it until you see V's eyes lock not on you, but just past you. And her eyes kind of shift to concern as there's this creature standing literally right behind you, and you turn and see a creature you've known to be following you in the reflections of shopkeeper windows, city fountains, through the glint of reflecting glasses and shadows of the mirrors. It was always just obscured enough to make out, enough to not make out the details, and seemed to know when you saw them out of the peripheral of your vision to disappear. However, now you see them and you instantly recognize the fey creature of whom you sold your true name of Oscar Cord. Their head tilts curiously as they continue to shift in front of you. But no matter their form, you cannot deny their androgynous beauty. What do?
Harold?
I'm gonna start yelling. Like, there's a monster, there's a nightmare monster. He like turns and looks, and it tilts his head, and he tilts his head the opposite direction. And goes, huh.
You watch like Bilver and Dorn like pull up and like what?
Harold, do you know him? Do you know them?
I rush weapons sheathed to the fucking cart.
Yeah,
I do too.
Flying
I think we all do.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, you rush up, you get to the front carriage that Doran is driving, whipping in, looking. You see V and Harold screaming at something, but there is nothing in there.
I punch it.
What's wrong?
Don't!
What's wrong?
Why not hit it? It's terrifying. What is this?
What? What are you
Harold,
hitting?
do you stop it? Do you stop her from hitting it?
Stop her from hitting
Okay.
it.
Okay. So you go to punch it. Harold hops in front of you. Harold, you watch the constantly changing form of this creature stand before you as it mirrors your posture. You actually watch as it rears back and screams, almost like you're looking in a mirror of yourself.
And when you do that, like, you see all of the forms, there's just like these layers of almost like insect wings that are draping over it, and flora that's like crowning around its neck, all kind of flare up as it like poofs and enlarges as it's no sound comes out, but you feel like a hum inside of you that feels like a harmonious, melodic, like tuning fork kind of wash through you.
And you watch as the massive floral purple flower petals and iridescent purple organic lattice like insect wings drape over its pale form to mimic your clothes and jacket, but in an even grandiose gravitas. They slowly draw their dark hand closer to their side and slip it between the folds of the insectoid wings, feathers, and floral folds to the same place your dagger would be. It mimes pulling out a dagger that you cannot see, but it still wields it with a way that holds weight before pointing to their chest in a way that opens it up for a large, easy target.
Okay, Harold.
What is going on?
What is that? This is the Fey part of the drink?
No.
Divine sense.
Fey, strong.
Well, you see, when I unwittingly sold my name, this would be the very strangely attractive androgynous individual that I sold that name to.
Hey, sweet Bilver and other person in this cart. Can you please take a step outside for a brief moment?
Yes, that would be wise.
They step down. They've already kind of stepped down, but they were standing right next to it.
Bilver, who has been carving and whittling away on something, like steps away without question after the night before.
But coming, like, just, squeezing past you, you see Gulfro, the other guild member from Waterdeep, kind of just look around, shakes his head, and is like, I don't want no part of it.
Are you telling
Harold, I don't mean to freak you out, but I can sense it.
I think this alcohol, I think we can see into the Fey world or something.
No, maybe, but I can
said-
sense it. It's really here.
Yeah.
We can see it.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to stab you in the heart or not. My friends they're freaking out a lot because of my screaming. because you scared me. You
scared me.
Are you
And
not?
Where
You
is
watch as they just kind of just tilt their head quizzically and just
where are his eyes fixed?
Why is it taunting us?
Harold's eyes
Yes.
just kind of just behind him in the main front of the Vardo wagon, like the main compartment of it.
Step forward and gently begin pressing my rapier in that direction. Obviously not.
What are you doing? Don't poke
Not
it.
through Harold, but I want to see if I even hit anything or touch it.
Harold, you watch the blade just pass through it.
Can we touch
It
it?
doesn't seem to. It doesn't seem to even notice that.
I slowly walk over to it to just see if I can touch it. Is it letting me do this? Is Harold letting me do this?
As long as you don't look like you're gonna hit it.
I'm not gonna hit it. Hey dude, hey man, hey girl, hey dude, hey.
They're just let them.
And I just try to put my
Typically
hand on their
fair there.
shoulder.
And as you reach out, they reach out their hand, and with a single finger, you don't press against it like something solid, but you feel like a tingle in your finger.
Ah, it was tingly.
I
Like a ghost. It's like a ghost. It's a ghost. It's a fey ghost.
I slowly reach
Oh, no, it's
inside
just
my jacket and produce my knife, looking at them rather, and I kind of. You or stab myself? I've already been through this. I went through this once. I did that whole.
And you see as they mimic the throw and then point to their chest.
Oh, they're telling me to throw the knife into their heart.
Why?
Don't you want to find out more information before
Why?
you?
Why
Harold,
do you
make a-
want to hang out with Harold so much?
Go ahead.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. I figured I was probably like.
Yeah.
It's
Where's-
losing patience. It's like throw it.
Where is the bottle of alcohol?
I'm holding on to mine still.
17.
Oh.
Harold's bottle would be right next to him.
And while he's doing this, I'm taking a swig of this. I want to be able to see what this creature is.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
go ahead.
asking
You
B.
take a sip. Harold's a bit
Oh, this is
distracted,
expensive
and
drink.
that sensation overtakes you as well, and you start to see that blurred image, and it begins to take shape as you now peer at this
What
individual.
are you doing? Don't drink my drink. I take it back. I put it on my belt. Don't touch my drink.
Yeah.
we
Because I didn't
shared.
drink too much, did you?
And
You want to kill this kind of person?
so you feel for a moment that you lose control of as you begin to bring your hand up before the like you get distracted by Vinley taking the swig, and that pulls kind of breaks you of that mindlessness as it just again points.
Okay.
Can I roll an Arcana check now that I can see fully what this creature is?
Yes, you can.
I'm scared because it mimes Harold that by throwing the dagger at it, you're throwing a dagger at yourself.
Do you say this out loud?
Yes.
That's a
I
big ol'-
restrain Harold.
that's a
like,
big
well,
ol' one.
Whether I can do it or not before what he's doing, that's up to you. But that's my next move.
We're gonna do a couple of order of operations.
Cool.
This is a hallucination caused by the drink.
No, it's not.
Because you rolled a 1, and that's what you're going to feel. Say, so you say that.
I
We
don't
need
know, man. It
Harold,
felt tingly when I touched it.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Harold, and Voss to make initiative rolls.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Can I join in on this initiative?
This is only because Voss said he was going to grapple Harold. And it's really to see
11,
if he
he
gets
goes
it
first.
before the throw.
Nope,
Okay.
he goes first.
And what did you get, Harold?
20 on my initiative.
I saw on the
Yeah.
initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go first, Harold.
I can I make an Arcana roll to get an idea of what the hell is this about? I'm
What the
terrible at
hell
Arcana.
with that?
I probably won't know.
Can attempt it,
jack.
sure.
Or insight.
Insight. Yeah, insight's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Insight's better. Let's do that. 13.
If you're trying to uncover a lie, you have advantage.
He's not trying to.
Yeah. I don't even know what I'm trying to uncover. I'm just trying to be like,
Or
what
see through an
you're
illusion.
doing.
Through illusion.
There's no.
And and that's exactly how you feel, Harold. You can't pick up this shifting creature. Seems its mannerisms. Oh, I actually have that.
Go with it, dude. It's
That's my
yeah.
that's
You went
my
first.
That's my thought
yeah.
process is that
Yeah, very hard to read. They aren't cold
Mhm.
or apathetic or even stoic. It is the fact that their emotions and body language seem to shift with their form, making it nearly impossible to read them.
we're here. I've got the knife. I figure I throw this knife. Worst case scenario, Avron saves me. He's dead, but that won't last. I'm gonna throw the knife. I guess. I just
Yeah.
I just
All right.
kind of. If this is what you want.
All right.
Wait.
And as you throw the purple crystalline silver-handled Conjar style dagger and launch it into the chest of this creature to acquiesce to its request. Everyone watches as the purple eldritch blade flies through the air, seemingly at nothing before it vanishes.
Besides, obviously, V and Vin.
Not back to Harold's hand, but seemingly regrowing from the sheath on his belt.
Harold, V, and Vinley. What you saw was right before the blade made contact in the center of this entity. It violently dissipated into a beautiful array of winged insects made of flowers, jewels, and light, taking the dagger with it. You feel the entity reform behind you, Harold, as V and Vinley watch it then just reform and coalesce behind him, knowing it has his dagger in its hands. And for a brief moment, you fear that it is about to attack Harold, unknowing of what powers it may have, before you see it wrap its arms around him and slip the dagger back into his sheath, and then vanishes before all of you, once again exploding into a bunch of fluttering and flying Feywild insectoids.
And as you look down, Harold, you see the handle of your dagger is different.
I will slowly lift it up to investigate it.
You pull it out once again, and although it feels the same, it looks different. It still has the Conjar Middle Eastern style curve of the handle and slip upward bent of the purple crystalline shard blade. However, what's different is the handle is now made of hard ironwood that crests over the top quarter of the blade. The grip is wrapped in a thin woven silver thread of a wrap that shimmers similarly to the blade. And where the blade was once only glimmered with translucency of an amethyst gemstone, it now also has the iridescent, shimmering veining pattern embedded in the blade, similar to that of a dragonfly wing. And that is where we're going to take a break.
Oh, wow.
Sick dragonfly dagger. Oh my god.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
shit.
super cool.
Scared. Harold, how dare you?
I still can't decide if this is a good or bad thing.
They're
Oh,
gonna put red buttons in front of me and act like I ain't pushing that button. I'm pushing.
This is definitely a
Avron's
good
not
thing.
gonna be happy.
It is super a good thing. Absolutely.
Station vodka
And
is like my favorite.
we're back.
Amazing. Thanks for everybody joining us. To catch you up on today's episode, they bought some stuff.
Shopping!
They bought some
They
stuff.
bought some stuff, and Harold had an interaction with
His new patron.
his new patron. I don't know. He
They're
sold his true
awesome.
name to a fae.
They
see what
We'll see what
cool.
happens.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's going great so far. You got a cool looking knife.
Out of curiosity, does this potion make us feel drunk or just see weird shit?
It
It's
is
alcohol.
a mild hallucinogenic, but it's not a true hallucinogenic. Basically, what it does is it removes the veil and lets you see into the Feywild. It does not put you into the Feywild. It literally shows you the
You're like a
overlapping
submarine,
worlds.
like just kind of looking through the viewing glass.
Got
Yep.
it, got it.
Finley's having a terrible time with this. She's
She's
just
But
sitting.
we're
in-
not. But we're not actually drunk. This
No,
is
you're not
alcoholic-
drunk.
Finley? Finley?
Okay, just making sure.
What?
Okay.
It was a bad idea drinking that alcohol. Never do it.
Lay on hands for 5 points.
Ah. Does that work? Okay, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
Finley,
And
oh,
because you only took a sip of it, It's only going to last a minute or two.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a minute, I would say.
Other things might happen if you drink the whole thing, but we'll figure that
We'll
out.
cross
later.
that bridge. when we
That's
come-
a button for another day.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, I'll push it.
I
Well,
don't know.
let me explain
Mm.
as best as I can see. So,
What?
there I was sitting there very heroically inside the cart, minding my own business, picking my teeth with my knife, very cool like, right? I was putting on my sunglasses when
Harold,
Get to the point, please.
Harold,
I'm telling the story.
tell
So
the
I'm-
truth.
Okay, all right.
That wasn't.
I
the
wasn't
truth?
wearing my sunglasses.
What the hell were you talking to?
So we take our drinks, right? Me and V are like, it's
We
party
can see this in
time.
the Bay World.
And we decide we're gonna take a drink, and we start looking around, and we see this big creature like lash out at this really cool looking like deer, and we were both like, "Whoa, what are you?"
The deer
seeing
was
this?
cool.
Were you seeing that? What? And they like chase each other off, and I was about to say, I bet Vinley knows what I'm seeing right now. I should probably ask her. When I look over to V, once again, very heroically, I look over to V and I see the fear in her eyes that there is something standing behind me. And she's clearly reaching for her sword. So I say, okay, things are getting serious. I turn in a dashing manner to look behind me and I see the individual standing there, glistening with black teeth down upon me. And I let out my war cry, which is what drew
Rein
everybody
it back
here.
in. Rein it back in.
And so everybody
your war
heard my,
shriek would be
no, well, it was I was very emphatic with the, you caught the
It's a
tail end
shriek.
of it. You missed the very bellowing cool part at the beginning.
I thought DeMay was being attacked again.
Well, it does, what matters is that I called all of you in here to help out, but then I realized that this individual was telling me to throw my knife into its heart, and right before Voss was about to put me in that headlock, I did that.
right.
It did motion for that.
Why does your knife look different now?
Well, the Faith thing took it and burst into a bunch of bugs and lights and jewels and stuff, and then it gave it back. And now
right,
it
they
look-
like reached over me. They reached over me and they put it right into the side of, like, in the sheath, and that was really cool.
yeah, I think they're friends.
But
That's-
why?
That's not an embellishment either. The hallucination we were all
Right.
sharing.
It was not an
Definitely.
embellishment.
It's,
it was
it's
a war
not a
cry.
hallucination. I reached out through my divine gifts, and there was Fae here. There was a lot of Fae here, big time Fae.
I think it hangs out regularly around Harold.
Harold?
That
What?
would make sense.
What do they look like?
They-
White,
They
androgynous,
kind of
black, creepy smile.
kind of shift shapes often. They kind of looked a lot like me most of the time.
It seems
So
to
that's
be
okay.
like you.
It's still here?
No.
No.
And this is the one you sold your name to.
Well, yes.
Hey,
They
Harold?
don't seem nefarious, but they don't
Can-
necessarily seem friendly. They
Can I-
seem very Fey-like.
Can I make an Arcana check to try to figure out what the significance of the thing putting his knife back in with it being changed means?
Make a straight intelligence check.
This is
Harold.
weird. It's like, this is weird Fey shit and nobody can know.
Nope, that's an 11.
Yeah, this
Or
is
an
some
8,
weird
sorry, an
face
8.
shit. Yeah, it's some weird
Who could
face shit.
possibly
Yeah.
know?
Hey, Harold?
Yeah.
And Orkir's just gonna look around. There's none of the other none of the other caravans around. Like they'd all left when we
As
were
soon as
dealing
we
with all
mentioned
this.
that there was like something we could see that other people couldn't, I'm pretty sure they like all ran and hid. Like, I ain't dying again.
Yeah,
As you,
okay.
Yeah. As you look off, you see those that are paid to protect are standing to protect those that can be
You see
easily
them.
that
dropped.
need it. Okay.
The one vampire punching them all in the face.
So
they got
Yeah.
that.
I'll say this. She'll say this low enough so that none of the other people can hear. Just the bunch of us, and say, you know that spot and where you used to be able to feel Avrin, and then you don't.
Yeah.
They feel there now.
Do I feel that Fey energy in that same sort of way that I felt about Avrin, or is Avrin still kind of filling that role?
You don't.
I haven't felt Avrin there in a long time, so I
Yeah.
still don't feel nothing like that.
Yeah.
There's
It
no
was,
like somebody's with you sort of feeling. It's just like you're on your own, bud. Neat knife though.
There's obviously a tie, same thing. Like the knife was a tie to Averin, but it's not like a cleric feeling tied to their god. It's
Right.
more so like
There's that when you hold the dagger, it's that same tuning fork like vibration.
Ah, okay, cool. I turn on, I'm like, it's not really the same, but it is a thing. It's different. I would assume they would be. I don't think they all go to the same class for how to do this sort of thing.
So wait, your Averin was your patron.
It's dependent on the day of the week when you ask him.
Okay, but well, you were his second favorite. But now
Top of the list, more like
the Fae
top of the list.
is
Top on it.
I mean,
I'm clearly on top of 2 lists now.
Tied with
My
Freely.
list influence grows. Okay, I can't help that I'm such a charismatic person. Everybody's put me at the top of their list. They showed up. They were like,
okay,
cool name.
But you're a warlock to a Fae now. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
Same thing, but
I can do all the things I did before. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, did I misunderstand what you were saying?
Can you do anything new and cool? Like the dagger? What does that dagger do?
Can I roll a medicine check?
Balance it on my finger, and I'm like the same thing. It feels about the same. It just looks cooler. It's a little bit different balance, but
I mean, it does look like way cooler. So I definitely would say that selling your name was worth it.
What did you want to roll, Vinley?
A medicine check on Harold.
Sure.
24.
He's Harold.
All right. Well, you're physically fine. I can't do anything about your psychological issues right now, so I'm going to get back in the cart and we're going to continue going the way we're going.
Let's get to Daggerford.
I can let out another war cry if something goes wrong. Okay.
Of course.
War shriek.
All be
that you just cut the tail end. Just you missed the base. It's fine.
Before she walks away, or Kara will say to
I'm
Harold,
really observant, Harold. I don't think I missed it.
You missed it.
No, we didn't miss it. Hey,
Yeah.
as someone who's gone through something similar, are you happy?
I don't know what I am. I'm just kind of riding the wave right now.
Okay.
When everything settles out and then, suddenly they show up and they're like, okay, you owe me like 20,000 gold. When that starts happening, well, then, yeah, I'll probably have a lot of regrets. But until that time, whatever happens. I made the decisions. I'm not above consequences.
Well, I don't think these are consequences.
I mean, so far so good, right? Cool new knife. Like, they could have absolutely stabbed me to death if they wanted to, and being completely fair, Averin technically did that. So already a step up, technically, sort of. I mean, like, Averin's a little more charismatic and easier to talk to, despite everything. I want to know about easier to talk to.
I mean, I still plan on yelling at him, but I'm glad to know you got someone now who might actually answer without qualification. You deserve that. And she'll walk away.
He smiles and nods and is like, okay, and kind of sits back, and he does seem a little more happy with the situation despite things, because at least it's something a little more concrete to him, despite everything about it being not very concrete so far.
I've never heard the Fae described as concrete.
It's
well,
all
compared
relative.
to Averin,
Yeah.
That's fair.
All relative.
Hey, Harold. If it makes you feel any better, it was a very manly shriek.
I thank you. I felt that in my bones, and in my lungs, where I was like mostly letting out the shriek.
Yeah. All right, have a fun ride.
Harold looks behind him again, like in a panic for a second. Yeah, no worries. Okay, no problem. Okay, all right.
Bilver comes up. All right, are we good now to go?
Everything's fine.
Everything's good now.
Care of it. There was a rat.
Okay.
It was a very scary rat. It was huge.
Ghost rat.
He climbs in.
The truth is scarier.
I don't know. Ghost rats are pretty terrifying.
I'd be really upset if there was a ghost rat in my thing full of stuff that rats like to chew.
Like, you like shake it out of the bag, you put the bag back down, it's back in the bag again.
I just have a lot of questions, really.
Ghost rat.
I don't know if we have answers for you, honestly.
All right, I
That's
think
fair.
we're ready. I think we're ready to go. Harold's gonna take out the knife and just kind of look it over for a while and just, do I know the name of it instinctually, or do I need to have somebody identify it?
You just know.
Okay. Harold kind of holds it up and he mutters to himself, "Theywild's gift." Cool. And he'll spin it on his finger and catch it and then put it back in its sheath.
You spin it and you catch it, and as you go to put it on your sheath, it dissolves, like it bursts into an array of like dragonflies, and then they form on your hip.
Ooh.
Hot.
Yeah. Harold's like, yeah, I could I can get used to this creepy shit.
All right.
The
Oh, I have
caravan heading further south down the hard impacted dirt road carved like a long brown scar in the earth, dividing the green fields at either side. It isn't long before the summer sun becomes sweltering again. For some, it's an invited joy to help soothe the weary state. For others, it's an oppressive blight upon the skin. It begins to take the toll on the horses and crews. You take a few extra stops throughout the day, taking advantage of any shade you find along the road. And for those keeping an eye out, if you could roll us a perception check.
Wee. I will, even though I'm still tired. I'm still gonna go do some flights. Oh,
Savard is helping Orkira again.
okay, that's good. That's much better. Okay.
Yeah, 18.
23.
With the negatives?
I rolled a 28.
Wow.
I saw that number pop up and I was like, oh.
All right. You pass by an old rest stop clearing that you notice looks abandoned and unused now due to the subtle signs of scorch marks in what is left of the bench and hitching post. As you look closer, it's easy to tell this was not recent. However, probably within the last month, 2 months, maybe even as long as 3 months. What seems unusual is the scorch marks look to create a perfect circle about 15 to 20 feet wide in every direction, burning away almost anything green, leaving barren earth, although some small plants and weeds now grow in its wake.
Finley, do you think that was a fireball?
I'm not the one to ask. Harold has a weird fascination.
Harold and Orkira both kind of step closer and look.
Make an Arcana check.
Sure.
Can I assist him on
Yes,
this and be
absolutely.
like, see where the ring is, like out there?
Yeah, this is where I would put it.
Yeah, maybe that or something else.
17?
It's fireball.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's fireball.
It's just the perfect circular pattern just etched into the ground. Yeah.
Wow.
Either someone really horrifying is dead and buried here, or it was fireball, yeah.
It really puts it into perspective how destructive it is when you see its impact on nature like this.
Not really. Oh, yeah.
I kind of just think back to, on our street.
Yeah.
I mean, usually a fireball has a good reason, but
Interesting fact, though. Why isn't anything else caught other than the perfect circle? Because it's in the grass, right?
Yeah, but the grass was alive when it hit, so the
Somebody
grass wouldn't burn as
somebody
easily.
was here and probably isn't anymore.
You can make an investigation check.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to do that.
I'll let one of y'all do that.
Oh my god. 16.
I trip and fall and face plant in the dirt.
They just having a day. Vinley.
Mhm.
As you're looking over, and you definitely see that they were where the position of this fireball went off was obviously near the back edge of the encampment where you would probably sleep at night. You see some boards left from looking over the area. You see some boards left from a burnt wagon, now long pillaged and dismantled, as well as a cairn of stones seemingly left as a grave marker for whatever happened here. You also find a small scorched leather pouch buried in the soot under some of the boards.
You pick it up and open it and look inside.
Inside, you find a small amount of amber-colored dust.
Oh.
Oh, oh God.
What?
She
Hey,
just,
what'd you find?
look.
What's that?
Oh, okay.
Looks like someone pulled a vase and exploded.
Is that harrow dust?
Voss, you
Looks like it.
exploded?
Long story.
Wait, harrow dust is out of the city this far?
I mean, it became less prevalent in Waterdeep. It had to have gone somewhere.
Oh, that's not good. That's
Oh,
really not good.
no.
Or maybe this is how they're getting rid of it.
You don't want to get rid of something like this. You simply wish to find new supply routes for it. Could possibly mean that Daggerford is being used as a staging post of some kind.
Oh,
Not
they're gonna be pissed when we roll up there.
assuming they know anything about us. We'll see.
Well, we're also not staying in Daggerford, so if that's
Yeah.
gonna be a problem, we should just leave as soon as possible, right?
Don't we have
Hmm.
something we have to do in Daggerford?
Can I make a perception check to make sure there's nobody around watching us?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Voss
Same.
mentioned we
I
have
would-
to get the sword, didn't he?
If he did,
I
he
don't
only
think I'd
said it
mentioned-
to you.
Oh, you didn't? Then
I don't think
take
I
back
mentioned that to
saying we had
anybody
to do
yet.
something.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I thought you did. I
I
take
don't
it
think
back.
any of us. yeah.
22.
23.
You were in open plains. You
Right.
know for a fact that there is no one around watching you.
Fair. Just making sure. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I will
Yeah.
reconstruct the scene for them. Be like, someone was in the tent here where they were sleeping, probably with a couple of other people. They were taking a wagon that was parked over there. They ingested harrow dust. One of them exploded, either killed themselves or someone else. He's buried there.
Criminal presence has existed in the city before. It's not shocking that it's there again.
Yeah, I just. Given what the
assume it
harrow
left.
dust does to people, it concerns me that it's more widespread than we knew.
We'll see soon enough. At this point, I kind of sidle over to Harold as we're both checking out the area, and I say, "Have you found anything out yet
regarding.
regarding the little toy maker man?"
Oh. Not yet. I need to really sit down with him. I haven't had much of an opportunity to talk to him yet.
Fair enough, considering what just happened to you. If you
Yeah.
can find the time before we hit the city, though. If you can't or don't want to, tell me
I'm-
now.
I'm on board.
All right.
Yeah, I'll try.
Thank you.
But-
Should we ask any of the others in the caravan if they know about what happened? I mean, Vinley, I trust you've kind of figured out what happened here, but maybe they'll have heard about something? Because this looks like it happened a while ago, right?
About a month ago.
Might be good to at least warn them if this dust is getting outside the city. You don't
Fair
want
enough.
anybody accidentally thinking this would be fun or interesting. Right?
Right.
Fair enough.
I'm not the right person to tell them, though.
I can.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll come with.
I come with. I would like to, as she is telling everyone this, judge their reactions to this news.
Okay. You kind of go up to each of the caravans of the wagons and kind of talk to their party. And what do you say to like give a general, say?
It looks like there was an incident here where someone used a chemical compound that causes unpredictable magics to occur. And it appears that they basically cast a fireball and blew the area up. We found evidence that they were using this chemical Did you happen to see anyone here when you were passing by before?
The general consensus you get from everybody is no. We haven't most of them haven't been by here. Most of them have come like north to like down south.
Mm-hmm. If you ever encounter someone who's trying to convince you to try something called harrow dust, it's like an amber powder.
I'm there. I show it to them so that they all know exactly what it looks like.
Cellarfin has heard of it.
Being an Emerald Enclave member in Waterdeep.
Yeah. Fro immediately is like, see, this is why you don't trust magic. Magic is terrible. Magic, look what magic does. That like starts going on that whole tangent.
It's drugs, not magic.
Anything, even a weapon in the hands,
potato.
even a weapon, a
Fair
sword
point.
in the hands of someone with ill intent can be deadly and dangerous. It's not the item itself, it's the intent of the person using it.
So, but regardless, that's kind of like no one's other than Cellarfin, no one else has heard of it. But they all are like, yeah, amber dust and drugs are bad. Like we're fair.
Just say no, everybody. And
Just say no to
Seisha
exploding.
will go get back in the wagon. Actually, she's gonna ride Bernie for a little while.
Oh, thank God I have leg room.
I feel loved.
At some point, while that conversation is going, Geta is gonna come up to you, B.
Hey.
Hey, I've seen many things in my day, but I have never seen what I assume is someone summoning spectral ancestors. They seem to fight as if they were still alive, as if they were still yearning to. What does it feel like to fight alongside them?
Well, at first it was a little spooky. But it's actually pretty cool and really comforting. It helps you feel like you're not fighting alone. And it feels nice to have a, visually see I am in fact still tied to my ancestral name somehow, so.
Can you feel them inside you, like right now? Like, do you feel them?
I know. No, I don't feel them, but I'm sure if I got mad, I would.
Do you miss them?
Yeah. I wish they could just hang out, but unfortunately, we're only violent.
Nothing
Sorry,
wrong with that.
it's an awkward question. I'm not really sure how to answer.
I'm a dwarf. We're not really known for our subtlety.
That's okay.
So if you could ask them anything, what would it be?
Oh my God.
I say that. I'm sorry for being perturbed.
No, you're fine. Sorry, I just needed a second. I guess it would be if they could do anything differently, what would it be? From when they were still alive?
I understand. Destrian's great-grandfather was a pretty famous battle rager in Mithril Hall. Ancestors are big on us dwarves. Legends have us birthed from stone just as much as your brethren. There is one thing I know, it's Goliaths can prove useful allies, but never turn to them in weakness. They are as hard and unforgiving as the mountain stone, and can be as cold and pitiless as it is bitter cold winds.
Yeah, I think that's part of why I have such an identity crisis with it, because I just feel like those words don't describe me.
But I hear if you approach them in strength, they may consider you worthy of an alliance. Living in harsh environments pushes themselves to thrive through extreme challenges of survival, which I have seen you do but a night before, when I saw your ancestors coming out of you. A single mistake can spell ruin for a tribe, much like it can for a dwarven clan.
Yeah, I just sometimes, I don't know.
Well,
I just, think about how my ancestors imagine their lineage going, and like maybe, like some rich girl from the city isn't really what they had in mind.
from what I understand, they have some of the tightest knit families and bonds rooted in survival. And I would consider myself lucky to call one a friend, and remorseful to find myself as their enemy.
Thank you.
Whether from the city or the wilds, you are Goliath through and through.
In a way, I just feel like I need to reclaim the wilds or something to prove myself worthy of even being part of this family.
Then do it.
I am.
Rise to the challenge and show them that you can survive.
Thanks.
And she'll kind of give you a nod and kind of stretch. But we should probably get on the move.
It's okay.
Been quite the rest stop, if you will. Kind of motions to the burnt, charred remains of what the rest stop was.
Yeah.
And she'll head back towards Destrian's wagon. All right.
And as you're all traveling down, the moods have brightened up a little bit, meeting with the caravan and, being reassured that you're all there to help them. Fabian looks to you, Harold, as you're riding in the carriage with V and Grolfo and Doran.
No.
No?
They're in Bilver and
That's
Doran's thing. So this would be at the next stop.
Okay, sure.
Because the
Yeah.
horses need to, because it's so hot and there's almost no clouds in the sky. The sun is sweltering. So the next stop you guys come across, just kind of to take a break, get the horses some water. Fabian will.
Right. Sorry. So I see you play the accordion. New instrument, I've heard. Maybe only 10 years old at most. Not very popular.
Yeah,
I would know. If it was, it would be in our catalog. I'm curious, what made you choose such an instrument? And where did you find one that plays without bellows?
Oh, well, it's kind of an interesting story. The original reason I took it was on a bet with a former friend of mine who bet that I wouldn't be capable of playing that in any sort of everybody sort of agreed that when the instrument was first hitting the market and was becoming something you could actually go out there and buy, that it was kind of a joke, and that nobody could really go out and consider themselves a true musician playing it. And something about that challenge just really spoke to me, nobody can tell me no. And so I immediately went out and bought the first one I could find, and it was fantastic, really custom made. The guy was very proud of it, and I was the first one to buy one, and I was real excited to get in there and show him. And I was terrible for an entire year with that thing. It was awesome. I was just driving everyone insane. Everybody wanted to strangle me all the time, and it was I definitely had a lot of ups and downs there. Yeah,
I have no idea what that's like.
Yeah. And then this one, and I'm going to pull it out. I'm trying to remember out of play. This is how long we've been playing this game. How did I come across this? What was it? I can't remember.
You played for a snooty
right
music maker who is exactly how describing it, nobody can play this instrument, and he was very fond of piano, and it was an insult to pianists and all that. And then you played the hardest musical, piece and played a natural 20. And so he's
That's
like,
correct. I remember now. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I will describe that story to him and kind of be like, at that point, that's the magnum opus, right? At that point, I had proven to myself and to this guy, this true musician, somebody who knew everything there was to know about music, that the accordion was right there where it belonged, right along with everything else. And this was a gift. And I treasure it. It's definitely my most incredible musical instrument I've ever laid eyes on, and it's perfect in every way. I love it.
Can it play any type of music?
Well, I think that I can play any type of music you like. I'm especially good at polka, though. I'll say that.
Have you ever heard of the song called "The Warlock King"?
Have I?
You can make a history check.
Sure.
And other people are around during this moment. Just so
Sure, yeah. 18. I rolled a 16 on this.
There is a famous cursed ballad created by 3 minstrels over 200 years ago who mysteriously disappeared after finishing it. It is said they only ever fully played it for an audience once, and the curse of the ballad is said to claim the lives of any who dare play it. But you don't know much more than a line or two from the refrain.
Why would you guys do this to me? I will turn to him and say, why did you want to hear it? And I mean, I can play it for you if you wanted. I mean, I thought after the last time I played it, that whole city being, well, I'm sure you don't want to hear the story. I'm sure you want to get right to it. And I'm going to play those few lines I know.
Before you go to play it, like as you go to like unclip and open it up, Destrian comes up. Are you mad? Don't even utter that song's name. We get attacked in the night by bloodthirsty creatures and you think it's fun and games to possibly invite more ruin upon us? What is wrong with you?
We told ghost stories and then got attacked by vampires. Do you think those are related too? I don't believe in the curse. I was curious to hear it.
Then you're a fool. I'm a patient man, but you can take that nonsense to fuck around and find out on your own time. Not mine. And Destrian storms off.
Okay. Hey, no worries. I only knew a couple lines anyway.
Wonder if you can remove the curse on a song.
I don't want to find out. Let me go ahead and say, when it comes to curses, I'm like the master. I found a drum that was cursed. Like the whole knife situation when I first found it, we thought that was a curse. Listen, I've had my fill. We don't need another one here. But I can be sure to play you another song if you'd like.
And he requests something that's
Yeah,
fairly popular throughout the Sword Coast.
But I'll play it for everybody. And if I get a moment, I would like to take a quick second with Bilver.
Of course.
Because I do owe my boy an insight check here at least. So this will probably be on the trip because we are actually in the same cart at this point, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we moved around so you could sit
Yeah,
there.
you and V
Yeah,
are in
and
the car with
Yeah,
so
you and V
Harold
are
and
in
V
that
are in it as well.
Yeah, and this won't take long or anything. I'm just gonna turn to him and be like, "So, Bilver, you're a
You see he's carving, like working on a wooden carving that he is kind of fiddling, in the midst of making a toy.
you're a toy maker, right?
That I am.
And how long have you been doing that?
As much as I can, as long as I can, as far as I can remember. I started playing with toys as a. I am, and I just love making toys. I love bringing joy to children's faces.
And so you kind of got started, maybe like were your parents toy makers?
My father was a woodworker.
Gotcha. So it's just kind of naturally progression. Like, oh, your father's a woodworker, and you just kind of like.
My mother was a potter.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So yeah, like the perfect blend of like, you know, creative parents kind of leading to you like, okay, I want to make some toys. And you start like, I imagine you made some toys for yourself growing up, that sort of thing.
I did. I was always opening and just making anything. I would take my mother's clay, my father's, wood, and I would just take it and just like whittle away, making what I could. And I found that I really enjoyed it. But the thing that really got me early on was the smiles of my friends when I would make them something that, especially something that moved and wheeled and, us gnomes, even from an earlier gnomes, especially us rock gnomes, we are always tinkering with something, always making something. We're very good with our hands. And I just, instead of making, a wrist pocket watch or whatnot, I made a jack-in-the-box.
Interesting. I mean, is there a lot of money in that sort of thing?
Don't do it for the money.
Yeah, but I'm just curious. It's just a curiosity. And if that's too much to ask, you can totally tell me, hey, Harold, you're out of line, man. And that's fine.
As long as I can make enough to keep my shop open, to keep the children happy. That's all that matters. As long as I have a roof over my head.
Okay, I think this is the perfect thing to insight. I think that this was what I was waiting for, him kind of explaining, here's my whole arc, and me being like, okay, is that real? 15?
Genuinely excited at the possibility of what is to come.
What a oddly specific wording. Oh. Jeez, I feel like, oh God. Harold kind of, well, he knows that he's being genuinely excited, and it's about what's coming up. So Harold's gonna be like, so when you get there, what's the plan?
Well, firstly, I've got to find a place to open up shop. I've been, making any kind of motions to all of the toys hanging in his cart.
And these are intricate toys. This isn't something, this guy clearly can't be faking making the toys. We see him doing it. They're really, really nice. The toys thing is 100% genuine. Harold can tell.
Correct.
Okay.
And, hopefully that I can then bring smiles to farmers, but also, to children who don't have anything. That toy can become everything for them.
An
escape, if you will.
I genuinely know exactly what you're talking about.
My mother was a potter, and my father was a carpenter, but I lost them when I was fairly young. And I know what it's like to not have family. And sometimes your toys are your family. As he kind of motions and looks towards his creations.
Harold nods.
And last night was an awakening. I saw myself not being able to bring joy ever again. I have a second life, and why waste it on anything but what truly matters?
He nods and, oh man, Harold buys it. I think Harold buys it. I think Harold thinks he's being genuine. Harold was biased into thinking he was being genuine in the first place. So I think that Harold's going to nod. I don't think, I can't make another insight check. That 15 kind of covers the whole gamut of what So I just get the feeling like he's being genuine in that whatever's coming up, he's excited about it, regardless of whether it's what he's saying or not. All right. Harold will kind of smirk and nod to him and say, all right, man. Well, hey, if you ever need any help, don't hesitate to reach out.
Of course. I mean, I know you're going to be in Daggerford, but if you're ever passing by, and hopefully by that point I'll have Bilver's toy shop.
I'm looking forward to it, and I will give him one of my paper birds and be like, if you need something, just let me know.
Fascinating. And he just kind of looks it over.
And I'll explain how it works to him. And
Magic. Love it. As he just kind of like takes it and puts it up in his pocket.
And Harold will sit back in his chair and kind of smirk to V and like go back to like they'll go back to playing like cards or whatever while they're hanging out. And then, but he at the back of his mind there is like this inkling, like I just didn't get a good read on that guy, did I? And that'll be
okay. And while you're writing most of the day, you see him working on like pieces of something. It's never like fully put together. It's more so just like segmented pieces. It looks to be something that's going to be very intricate. You see him shaving down ironwood, which you now recognize as the same handle type of wood that's on the handle of your dagger. Carves it really thin and then rolls it on a dowel to create a spring winding like tension. Like you would in a watch, and you see him create all of these other things. And as he starts to put it together, you see the last thing he carves looks to be like a dragon's head, and you see him start to put gold leafing over all of these individual parts.
You working on something there, bud?
I am.
I'm gonna look over to V and kind of nudge her, and then like look back over at the Bilver and be like, "What are you making something to defend yourself?"
No, not at all. I'm making a thing.
Just a thing?
No, I think it was a thank you. Is that what you said?
He said a thank you. Yes.
Okay. Well, what for? What for? Who? What is it?
I'd rather not.
You know what? Yeah, totally fair. Totally fair. None of my business. I apologize. I'm just a little. Let's just say I've had a lot of weird run-ins, and I'm very, very nosy these days, and I apologize. And Harold will kind of like sit back, and sweat is beating on his forehead as he's like, "Thank you. What does that mean?"
V leans over to Harold and whispers, "How do you make a thank you?"
Well, it'd be like if I like made a card or like a cake or like a.
Look like a card or a cake.
Well, he's a toy maker. He's making toys.
Right. That one. I don't know, man.
Wait, do you have any 4s?
No, go fish.
Okay.
But other than that, is anybody doing anything throughout the day? Any conversations before you reach?
I am enjoying my vast open space for my legs to stretch out in the
Well, let's-
back.
Talk with Okira about something.
Okay.
Yeah, Orkira hasn't fallen asleep since we got back into the cart. She's been very slowly taking the backpack straps off of the haversack that she got and reattaching them so that they are a belt on, so that she can, because the backpack won't fit, but she'll have it now like her satchel over on her side. So she's been just very slowly and kind of methodically doing that.
Okay.
If you allow, Demay will help.
Oh yeah, I could definitely, if you don't mind. And she'll hand over whatever Demay wants to help with, because Orkira is just using like a claw to pop stitches and is just being super careful and slow.
Yeah.
Your commune with the Phoenix allows you to produce amazing miracles.
Oh, it's a conversation. I guess you can call it a miracle. But, they only know so much.
As the effects on it are quite draining on you, yes?
Oh, that's not so bad. That's is Demay close enough that she can hear this conversation, or?
Oh
like-
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's like being all in the same car.
Yeah. Then you'll see Orkira just looks uncomfortable for a second and say, I like talking to the Phoenix. That's actually not so bad. Now the draining stuff is just from the bringing everybody back from the dead. That.
I actually, I wanted to tell you something as Demay speaks up. I want to thank you for what you did. And I'm working on creating a dish inspired by you and the Phoenix.
Okay.
I know it's not much, but it's the best way I know how to pay my respects to the person who saved my life so that I can return home to my family.
That's really nice of you, and I really appreciate it. But you don't have to do that. Like, the reason I'm here is to help, and if it wasn't for my friends, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So it's not me. And Voss, you probably pick up that Orkira is feeling incredibly uncomfortable right now.
I do.
Yeah,
I do, but there's something Voss wants to ask, so he's not making any.
Demay just kind of like reaches over and squeezes your hand. Bless your heart. I'm a halfling, and food is our love language.
I mean, food is good. Yeah, I'm not.
What
gonna
is your
argue.
favorite? What's your favorite food?
Oh, marshmallows! And she immediately produces the bag of marshmallows. Just like, did you want one? There's kind of stale.
Marshmallows. Okay. I'll have to make a roasted marshmallow dish. Yeah, and you can see like her mind's working, and she immediately pulls out a notepad and just starts like scribbling stuff down, and she's like kind of lost in her own train of thought now as
Orkira's held out the bag, and as she is just immediately gone into this dish making, Orkira will slowly retract the bag.
A hand reaches out, and as she's writing notes, grabs it and then tastes it. And you've seen Javier do this. And it is basically she's tasting the food to see what could pair with it.
What pairs with sugar? Sugar.
Yeah.
Vanilla and sugar. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you want any more, just let me know.
Pork and marshmallow pair well.
Mm.
Believe it or not.
and you kind of hear and she's like, "S'more Kira's," and kind of just keeps going and like just is like thinking I am writing ideas, say stuff like that.
As soon as I feel that she is distracted enough that she's not intently listening to the conversation, Boss turns to you and says, "How many times can you do that?"
The marshmallows? I mean, it just continually makes.
No.
And,
Resurrection.
I don't know. I mean, there's only so many times that I can do that a day because it still takes energy.
How many before you're spent? And can it kill you?
I mean, probably. I don't know. One second. Lauren's counting. 2, 3, 4, 3, 6. So, if I get to people quick enough, I can do that 7 times. But that's a lot of people, and I have to get to them really fast.
What's the most you've ever pushed yourself?
That was yesterday. That many,
How many
yeah.
was that? That was 5, 4? 4.
So that was 2 people. But then I'm still kind of recovering from a couple days ago. Remember that?
Right.
Yeah. So like, if I don't get to them immediately and I have to do a bigger spell, then it's a lot more taxing.
So you're technically at 3 right now. Close to 7 would be the most you could do.
Yeah, like in a row. Yeah, but that would be. And you see, she considers this and looks really worried. But it's not about her. It's the idea of having to revivify that many people. Like, what kind of situation we would be in. It's very clear that that bothers her more than the idea of being like unable to do anything.
You've been around on the road quite often, or in places seemingly away from large cities for long periods of time, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I spend most of my time on the road. Every time we think that we've got a place to settle down, I get sent somewhere else. So that's kind of why I'm glad that I got this, because I literally just carry everything with me.
I'm not saying this to make you uncomfortable, but in past situations we've had, there have been many innocent casualties. So I am asking you now, as we are, not to martyr yourself if you're ever in that situation.
It's not...
I feel, and maybe I'm wrong, and you can correct me if I am, I feel you would push yourself beyond the brink of death to bring people back. Am I correct?
I don't think you're wrong, but I know you can't save everybody. And I knew I could do stuff last night because I could. Even with all of the power that the Phoenix gives me, there's still a lot I can't do. And if any of those people had been hurt in more destructive ways, even I couldn't have done anything. But I get what you're saying. My priorities are going to be all of you, because keeping all of you alive will help everybody. That's what I do, is I help people who can help other people. I can't bring everybody back from the dead. That's not my job. But if we're ever in a situation in where I can, I'm gonna try. I can't stop myself. But I can't promise you that... I can promise you that I will be careful, but I can't promise you that I won't try.
I guess that's all I can ask then.
And she
Thank
kind
you.
of rubs at her shoulder a little bit and says, it's hard when you suddenly don't have an excuse anymore, right? Like, the diamonds are kind of an excuse, if I'm honest. And now I don't have that anymore.
I've never known what that's been like.
It's an honor, but it's hard. But you do the same thing in different ways, right? Like, we've had that conversation about how you have to make decisions, and sometimes you can't save everybody and you can't do the best thing. And so what happens when you have to make the right decision, and sometimes it hurts you, but you do what you can.
Out of everyone here, I know the least about you, so I apologize if my questions are invasive, but I need to know.
Nah, it's all fine. I don't think I have any secrets. And anyway, it's more fun to talk to you, even if it's invasive questions, than it is to sit here and be tired, you know?
Fair enough. I thought about getting that potion for you that would give you a full night's rest until it was 2,500 gold.
Yeah, that was a lot. I mean, I haven't had this much gold ever, and that still seemed like a lot. Yeah.
With any luck, we may find ourselves having access to things like that in the future.
I think that'd be really neat, but stuff like what I do, it's worth the price, right?
I suppose.
If you could bring people back, would you? Is there anybody that you want brought back? Well, if that ever changes, let me know.
Death has always been very final for me. It's only recently that this has changed.
Well, death is final for a lot of people. That's not a bad thing. I mean, death isn't a bad thing. Death is a bad thing, but it's not like a bad thing. You just go do other things. And she'll kind of look around and realize, oh yeah, Vinley is kind of far away, and say, that's why I don't like undead, because once you make something undead, then you can't bring them back. And it's like closing a door, you know?
I don't like undead either,
Yeah.
but I don't like magic in general. But undeath, it's always rubbed me the wrong way. It's only because it's Vinley that I tolerate this.
I mean, same. Totally the same. Yeah. But that's you know, that's
it
why.
feels slavish.
Well, at that point, it's just a body. It's kind of the same thing. Like, I don't care much about the body. Well, who cares? But the fact that when you do that, you stop a soul from coming back. And that's...
Do you?
Yeah, if you make something undead, I can't bring you back if you're undead.
Huh.
It's one of the ways to stop what I do. And it sucks. And it sucks when it happens because it's a path that's closed. And I feel like a lot of my purpose here is to keep paths open, right? Give options. Like all the people, it wasn't that I brought people back to life, it's I gave them a choice they might not have had.
If it makes you feel any better, all of the bodies she's used have been people who are not worth giving a second chance to.
In a weird way, yeah, I guess that kind of does.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't like admitting that, but it's true.
She's never done it to anyone that I would consider worth keeping around. Most of the time, it's been people who've threatened our lives directly.
Those are the people that I usually burn to ash.
Fair on that. Well, I'm sorry if I said anything that made you uncomfortable, but I wanted to know the upper limits of what you were capable of.
No, I think that's fair to know. I mean, I haven't actually really thought about how difficult it could be until last night. I was more just excited that the Phoenix wasn't going to make me go hunt down diamonds for the rest of my life in order to save my friends.
One other thing. When we get to Daggerford at nightfall, I may need your help with an experiment.
Oh,
you said you can cast sunlight during the night, correct?
Yeah. I'll have to do it tomorrow morning, though. I don't usually have that spell prepared, but I'll prepare it for you if you want. Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind at night, I have this intense magical item that Vinley gave me.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it's some sort of fetish or voodoo item that brings a goblin back to life, that protects your mental state of yourself and those around you.
Oh, wow. I've never heard of anything like that.
I haven't either, but my knowledge of magic is extremely limited. But the thing is, I guess process to bring it back is extremely precise. The sun and the moon have to shine on it simultaneously, which is a odd thing to put into any kind of magical item. But maybe you need that for the more powerful it is, the stranger the ritual it is to create it. But with your spell placed at night on a clear night, we may be able to set the conditions.
Okay. I mean, I know of ways to bring people back who have been dead for a really, really long time. They don't usually involve all of that, but I'm still learning.
This is actually a good sense. If this is some kind of slavish necromancy, I want this thing freed.
Well, I will not participate in any kind of slavish necromancy, but just so you know, when you raise people from the dead, that's actually necromancy.
I don't even know if this qualifies. It's some weird sort of... She didn't really explain it well.
Can I see the hand?
Certainly. And I pull out the goblin hand and I hand it to her.
This is why you don't lie, Venley.
And Orkira will honestly look at this hand, she knows that this is not a component in any kind of resurrection spell. I'll ask the question. Is there anything I can tell from this hand?
Make a nature check.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I just wanted him to have a trinket. And I'm gonna die now.
I got a 6.
It's
Maybe
a
not.
mummified goblin hand or mummified hand of some creature that's about, the size of a goblin. Other than that, you don't know anything. Can't determine anything like special about it.
This is kind of creepy.
Yes.
All right.
My forays into this world are dim at best, but we constantly fight things that attack our minds. And she got this for me, I think, at no small cost to herself. So I'd
Oh,
like to utilize it to the best of its abilities.
Okay. Yeah. So as I said, I gotta sleep, and she'll hand the hand back.
Okay, I take it.
I gotta
Okay.
sleep. But I'll prepare the spell for tomorrow. And so tomorrow night, does it have to be, how many moons are on this planet? I keep forgetting. And she'll just look around like she can see the moons.
Please
How
be
many
more
moons are
than one.
here?
Please be more than one. How many moons are on Faerun?
I mean, Lauren knows, but
It's just one.
Yeah, it's one, but it during a long time ago, it was struck, and there's like this section of the moon that is pulled away, and there's these asteroids that fall from it. It's called the Tears.
I can work with that. Thank you.
okay. How many moons are on this plane?
One, I believe.
Okay. Is tomorrow night a good night to do this?
Possibly. Without the proper equipment, I can't exactly tell what the weather's going to be the next day. Or
Oh, it
any
has to be
kind
a
of
clear
anticipation.
night.
Maybe moonlight and sunlight seem to be the precursors for this.
It's
Okay.
probably worth noting that we just had the new moon one night ago.
Okay. Well, I'll have the spell prepared, and the next time it's a clear night, what else do you need?
Just that, the ability to produce sun and moon at the same time. If
Okay.
the abilities of this are limited, I need to know when and how we can invoke this. That way, if
Okay.
we're ever in a pinch, we can use it immediately.
Well, if I've got it prepared, I'm gonna pull this up now because Orkira would know. Oh my god, I love this so much. No,
This is everything.
No spells. It's a 5th level spell. I know that sounds very.
Just had to bring it up to Akira that
Dawn. There it
was
is.
gonna resurrect something.
December 15th. Okay, the Dawn shots for
Again, this is why we don't lie.
Okay,
This is
so
exactly why we lie.
this is exactly why lies happen. Okay, so when I cast it, it's super quick, and then I can make it happen for a minute, and then it's literally like I just bring down a whole bunch of sun on top of a spot. I've never really used it before because, as I said, usually when I want to call on sunlight, it's undead, and then I have other things to deal with undead. But
We'll get you tomorrow night if we can find a split spot. We'll get Vinley and yourself to bring it in and see how this all pans out. I want to make sure I'm doing it right.
yeah, and then if it works, we'll have to come up with like a system for when you need the goblin hand to. Is it the hand protects our?
The hand creates a goblin that
Oh.
comes out and, like a living being, protects our minds somehow.
Why did I
Oh,
say
okay.
that?
You said something like
You
that.
said
Yeah.
something.
That's
like that, yeah.
exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Why did
So
I
we're-
say that?
So we're not actually resurrecting a goblin. We're just like calling a goblin spirit.
Feels something like that. I don't know how necromancy or resurrection in this case works. We can probably ask it for the period of time that we have it.
Yeah, we should definitely find out if this is like a. Because
Yeah, I would like to know
Yeah.
if it's bound, if it's painful in any way. I know she wouldn't know. She didn't say specifically that, so I don't blame her for that.
Okay. Yeah, we can do all of that. And then, I mean, if it's bound or it's painful or something, then I can definitely help, like, free it.
I would
So
appreciate that, yes.
yeah, thanks for telling me about this. But if it's happy and it does the thing that you talked about, then we should come up with like a word that you use. It's like, in the middle of battle that you need me to
Goblin
cast a
time.
light on the goblin hand, and then we can I can save
Goblin
everybody's
time.
minds. It'd be great.
Goblin time. Goblin time is the
Goblin time.
phrase.
Okay,
Goblin
yeah.
time.
I mean, how often are we going to say goblin time?
We won't say we're saying it a lot right now, but
Well,
in
yeah,
the
but
future
we're
we
getting
won't
used to
say much. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
I like this
Excellent.
plan.
Excellent.
I'm so happy right now.
Oh my god.
And with
all right.
renewed purpose, Orkira goes back to sewing up her bag. Like,
All right.
I'm going to help
See?
out Voss on an important thing. Yay.
Mhm.
See, I'm bringing people together and providing a purpose.
You are fucked.
I am fucked. They're
Oh,
both
when that
going to
radiant
kill me.
damage hits that goblin hand, it's going to be fun.
Okay.
And
so-
Liam's so disappointed.
All right.
Anyway, sorry.
Just wait.
Just wait for it.
Because I can't go back and tell the truth now. I have to keep lying. I can't not.
Just-
Watch our
Yeah.
deeply disturbing, like mind warping D&D campaign become a sitcom as we try to hold the corpse hand of a goblin to the story you've made.
You say that like D&D can't be both of those things at the same time.
That's the beauty of the game.
Yep.
in
Anyway,
the
we
game.
continue.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. It is another long, hot day beneath the Elysian sun. The only reprieve is the occasional gentle breeze that drifts over the tall golden grains in the green grass. Orkira and Seisha, you notice the sun getting dangerously low for there to be enough time to make camp before it gets too dark. Seisha, your keen mind tells you the group has already been traveling for 13 hours, as opposed to the 12 you've done the previous 2 days. A slight concern washes over both of you, knowing that you were supposed to reach Daggerford today. But beyond a few more scatterings of farmland, you don't see any signs of Daggerford. What do?
I ride over to the cart that Voss and Orkira are in.
And you'll see me rubbernecking a bit, like,
I'm gonna ride out to one of those farms and see how far it is to Daggerford real quick.
yeah, I was just kind of wondering how
Yeah.
much I had to go myself.
Here, real quick, could you see it from the sky? If we're within a few miles of it, we should be able to see it. Or you should,
Yeah, I'll go take a look.
if you wouldn't mind, real quick.
Yeah, Seisha, keep an eye on me, and I'll take a flight up.
Froze says
Oh.
it's unnecessary. We're doing okay on time, but because of all the stops, it would be dark. It will be dark when we arrive. It's probably best if we push through, though, because we'll be under the watch of the town's guard and at the caravan grounds. And those staying in Daggerford can possibly find a real bed for the night.
All right.
How much further is it until we reach the city?
Couple of hours.
So we're gonna have to travel it at night.
Probably.
Okay.
We're more prepared for this than we were last time,
Let's do
if
it.
it comes to that.
Fro looks back to Demain and says, "No dinner for tonight, so we all stick to our rations."
Wait,
Suits me.
wait. Give me just a minute. And Seisha rides over to the middle wagon. And hold on. Climbs
That's
out.
where you were. You were at the middle
yes,
wagon.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were in the last one.
No,
No,
we're
we're in
with
the last
Favrian Fro and
Okay,
Demay in the middle
sorry.
one. So
She
we're with
rides to the
Demay.
last wagon then and pulls out the sack
Okay.
and reaches in and begins pulling out a feast.
Go ahead and roll on that table.
Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
I should
Pull
also
out beans.
mention that Vinley is praying right
No,
now.
it is not a bag of beans. It is a bag of bounty.
Oh, what do
About-
you know about a 19? Plus I get to add my proficiency because I'm proficient in cooking tools. So that's a 23. Y'all are eating like kings.
Bag of bean tea.
Oh my god.
I also believe it's a charisma check.
Oh, is it?
Hmm.
So I add charisma to it too?
Yeah, it's a charisma check, and if you are proficient with cook's tools, you get to add your proficiency bonus on top.
That's a 26, my darlings.
Yeah.
It is an aristocratic meal. It is quite tasty. Yeah. So you
We'll just eat on the go. And she'll take some with her and get back on Bernie. And I'm going to ride ahead of the group.
Okay.
So I can kind of scope out the road ahead of them.
Does Bernie actually shed light?
Yep.
It's the
Ooh.
faintest.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But
About
I've
a
got dark
foot.
vision, so
All right.
I will say, Demay does not seem to like this aristocratic meal. It is more so in the sense of not feeling insulted, but more so like it's overworked. It doesn't have any soul in it. It's all these small portions. It's
It's not made with love.
yeah, exactly.
Yada, yada, yada. But as night falls, you start to see clouds gather, cutting through the rainbow of colors painted in the sky from the dying light. And about an hour after the sun goes down, Orkira, Seisha, and Vinley, you see the lightest chimney smoke rising through the faintest light on the horizon, about 3 miles away. It isn't long before you start to see the tall, protective walls of the town built upon hills leveled into small plateaus, all surrounded by a deep, trenched moat. As you approach, you pass a pack of wolves hiding in the shadows of grass to the east, seen by the reflection cast by their eyes before they are spooked by your presence and disappear into the fields.
Multiple 30-foot tall stone towers crown the 20-foot tall wall, firmly set in the local bedrock. Soft firelight moves from sconces and torches being wielded by those posting watch guard guarding the town. The main body of caravan pulls to the opposite side of the road, where you can see a single other carriage parked at a rest stop, signified by an old wooden sign that reads, Caravan Grounds, Daggerford, nestled at the base of a large hill. What catches you off guard, though, is the sweet, acrid fetor of decay that seems to surround the area. And once nestled, the caravan starts to unpack and reorganize before meeting the two other travelers together, currently enjoying supper. They look to be an old cordwainer. Cordonnier. Actually, no.
Really?
Cordwainer.
All right.
A young half-elven cobbler with a cart full of leather and shoes.
Does
Get
anyone else?
wrecked.
That
You-
smell
Yeah, you said there was a acrid smell in the
of
air.
decay.
What
Yeah.
smell? I don't smell anything.
You smell that?
Oh, that's
Uh,
awful.
You
Smells
hear-
nasty.
Yeah, you kind of hear one of the older man around the campfire just kind of, tannery. Got some of this leather from there to make some boots to sell. Best
Oh.
tannery I found the trees away, 500 miles. Come the morning, we'll be headed back south, but for the night, we sleep under the stench of the tannery's odor.
Perhaps on account
Absolutely
of the urine brine and fecal pressing used to tan the hides. That on top of the smell of decay from the rotting leftover flesh scraped from the leather, and you're guaranteed to have a pungent perfume.
Ah, yes, the stench I know all too well, mixed with the salt brine and fish guts of the dock ward. How pleasant, you hear Cellarfane say as he begins to kind of set up camp with his caravan as Geta and Destrian start unpacking and setting up, and so does Fabian and Fro. But Bilver kind of stops over and kind of comes up to them. You gentlemen wouldn't happen to know any good place to stay in Daggerford? I'm looking to open a shop, and I'd like to find a nice bed to call home for the evening.
Yes. If you're looking for a permanent stay, I'd suggest looking into the Silver Flood Inn. An extended stay inn, an apartment, that is. Now, anyone who's not proper enough to own houses lives there. If you're looking to waste coin, and a lot of it, for decent service, I'd say the River's Shining Tavern, oldest standing common building in Daggerford. No offense, but from the looks of it, probably outside the price range of most of you.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
I did say most.
eyes fell to the caravan members and not you.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, but
I thought she
have
was looking at like my beat up armor and all that.
That too.
Or Kira's
Yeah.
just nodding because she just is
I've
used to not
grown-
having any coin.
I've grown to like everyone that we've been traveling with, so this person can eat a fat dick.
I would not suggest the Happy Cow Tavern. The hard cheese halflings that run it don't favor outsiders or travelers, so you'll get rude prices and even worse service. If there's still a room left, I'd suggest Lady Luck's Tavern. Very popular place on account as it caters to soldiers of Daggerford and the adventurers that pass through. And you see him kind of look over all of you.
And Bilver, oh, thank you, good sir. Good luck with your boot business. For the rest of you, it has been fun traveling. If anyone wants to join, Doran and I are heading in to find respite.
Bilver, actually, I need to ask you about something. I wanted to commission something. When we're coming back through Daggerford, I could pick it up from you if you're willing to take the commission.
Are you not going into Daggerford with me?
Well, yes, but I didn't know if we were going to be staying at the same place.
Well, that's fine. But of course, what is it that you want?
I wanted to get 3 toys made. I need one, or actually all 3, 3 little goats, 2 that are about the same size, and 1 slightly smaller.
Anything particular about them, or just goats?
Just goats.
I can definitely do that.
Thank
you pull
you.
out a little pad, write it down, put it back in.
I find
and-
Harold at this point in time.
You can see him looking like as he's talking to you, his eyes are drifting to Orkira. As he's like, Kit, make sure I'll get that done.
I gotta go over there. And she wanders over to V.
Or Kira would be standing there actually looking for Fro. So if he's looking for me, he's going to find her just like rubbernecking looking for Fro because she wants to talk to her before she leaves.
Do you have a moment?
Yeah, what you need?
I wanted to give you something.
Okay.
And he'll kind of reach in and pull out a wooden mechanical automata toy that is segmented, that has segmented winged and tailed gold leaf dragonborn. When you rotate the crank handle on the box, it hovers over it, making it look like it's flying. And every 5th rotation, a lever switch causes the dragon to transform into a phoenix, and then back again. The phoenix is made from charred wood you showed them how to make the day before.
Or Kira will
I know it's
take
not
it.
much, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Thank you.
This is beautiful. Thank you. Do I gotta do anything to like take care of it? Do I have to? I don't know if I've ever owned anything like this before. Do I have to like oil it or something?
No. It should last fine. That's the great thing about wood. It doesn't need to be oiled. But just enjoy it.
Well, thank you. I'm. Listen, I just helped. I opened a door so you can come back, so you can make a lot of kids happy. Okay?
And he'll like just hug your leg.
And she's constantly surprised when all these people hug her, but then she'll hug back and say, and when we're coming back on through, I'll come check on your toy shop. Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
As this is happening, I go and find Harold.
As I am a great distraction.
Yes, you are. And look over at Bilver and I just say, thoughts?
Hard to read. He's genuinely excited about the future, and the only thing he ever talks about are toys and making people happy, especially like kids. My gut instinct says that everything's fine, man. But I can't say for certain. I can't say I got a Sasha level read on him or an Arkira level read on him. I'd say I'd give it like a me read, because that's the read I gave it. A decent, at best.
Good enough.
Yeah, good enough read.
All right.
I don't think if he if this is his cover, he's put a lot of work into this cover. A lot. An enormous amount. More than any person would for a cover that's not going to make them a whole lot of scratch.
Anyone?
I just don't think if I was trying to do something nefarious, I don't think I'd make handmade toys my cover. I'd be like a balloonist or something. I don't know, something simple, really easy that you don't have to like put tons of effort into. This guy's literally carving things by hand, and it's just one of those things where I can see motherfuckers, like doing shit for balloonist.
Yeah, balloonist is the boss is the one person who's not going to make mention of the balloonist comment you just made.
I mean, I could make a snake.
I'm just saying, there's a million different things this guy could have done instead of handmade toy maker if he was trying to do something bad. It just seems so genuine. It could just be a coincidence, man.
All right. I'll go by your instinct. I'm going to head into town with him, though. It's been a long time since I've been here.
Well, you'll have to show me the sights.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
All right. And I guess we'll head in.
Or Kira wants to talk to Fro before we
Yeah, I wanted to talk to her too.
Fro's
Sasha,
got a
you want-
line.
Yeah, so I'll finish hugging Bilver and bundle up the toy into my haversack so that it's safe, and then meet up with Sasha. Unless Sasha, did you want to talk to Fro by
No,
yourself?
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Sasha,
I'm not. I don't need to be by myself either. Just want to say goodbye. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
and
come on.
Sasha, before you make it to Fro, you actually are greeted by two other people. Destrian comes up to you. I noticed you didn't have any ranged weapons, and I know how frustrating it can be sometimes when not able to get to a target. And you see him glance over at Geta with a smile. Hopefully, these will be of use. Thank you for saving my life. And he hands you a heavy crossbow and a quiver of bolts.
Oh, I appreciate this, but I didn't save you. Or Kira saved you. I saved the halfling. She was the first one to die, and I resurrected her and then Cellophane.
You did get cellophane.
And I got her because she was the first one to die.
I think
and I
you
did her while you
grabbed-
did the turn undead.
No, I think you grabbed Demay.
I resurrected her and then handed her off and told them to heal her and then ran for Cellophane.
Well,
I'm positive because it was the first person she ever brought back from death.
Huh.
I know cellophane you got.
Yes, I got her first. That was the first person she ever resurrected.
But I thought you also okay.
There were so many resurrections going off. Everybody was
Right?
rapid
Right?
fire.
Yeah, I'm actually having a moment where I'm like, I know
Diamonds
I got
were
Bilver, but who
exploding.
was...
Souls were flying.
I'm trying to remember.
Well,
who
regardless, there's a lot of lives being saved. He gives you a heavy crossbow.
Yeah.
We got our D names mixed up. It happens all the time. Trust us, we know.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you. very much.
We'll figure something.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm taking it totally in game. It's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's very kind of you. And yeah, it really is frustrating when you can't reach something. I'm glad you're back, though. It's nice seeing people happy together.
And he'll kind of head off and just kind of smile and make his way back to camp, to setting up his camp. And as you move to head towards Fro, Cellarfin comes to you. And he holds out something and hands it to you. And it is a token of an oak leaf with the stag head engraved in it. If you ever meet another Emerald Enclave member, show them this token, and they will know you are an ally and will offer you aid. Thank you for saving me and bringing me back from Kellenvor's door.
I'm glad I was able to be there at the right time.
And he smiles and then heads off to help set up camp.
Thank you for everything.
He just smiles and nods. And then
Kira, you meet up with Fro.
I think I meet up with Seisha first, and I come stand next to Seisha. I'm like, I'm not gonna get used to that ever.
I don't know what to say. I feel like I am the luckiest person in the world to be able to do that, and then they come up and thank me, and I'm like, it's weird.
I feel
It's so
exactly the
weird.
same way. Yeah.
Like, it's something that gave me so much joy to know these people were going to be going home to their loved ones and to be thanked for it. It just, I don't know. It seems wrong somehow.
I don't think it's wrong. I think I think it's
Not wrong that they're doing it, but
Yeah.
appreciating it. I don't know how to describe it. I
Well,
don't know. I feel guilty for their thanks.
here's the thing. Yeah, I feel the same way, but knowing that they're thankful means we probably picked the right people to bring back, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an expert on this as much as I like to think I am, but yeah, it just feels weird.
Yeah.
Let's hope we don't have to do it again for a while. Let's go talk to Fro, okay?
Right. Yes, actually, I was looking for her too.
Yeah, I figured we were both gonna want to talk to her,
Yeah.
so. And we'll go find Fro.
Oh.
Fro's over there. Let's go
Hold
that
on,
way.
hold on. There's something happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You meet up with Fro.
Yes.
So it seems that this will be our parting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to say if you, so we're gonna be staying overnight, and then tomorrow, I think we're leaving again tomorrow to go do the thing. If you had any other questions or any last minute things to help with finding your brother, let me know, okay?
I know where he is. You have done so much for me. I will save him. Thank you.
Okay, well, the offer stands. But good luck.
If I think of something in the night, I will find you in Daggerford come the morning before we leave.
Sounds like a plan. That was it. I just wanted to wish you luck and let you know.
Safe travels. I
And she'll
don't
nod.
recommend Athcatlin if you ever travel the Sword Coast.
That's good to know. I will mark that off as not a place to go. And she'll give a warm smile and then go to walk off. And under her breath, Seisha, you will hear Orkira say, probably means I'm going to end up there. I should learn more about that place. All right.
Thank you, Fro.
I do not know why you thank me.
Because you taught me a lot. You cured me of ignorance in this particular subject. And she glances at the shield.
Mhm.
I like the new color.
I do too. I
But-
really do appreciate it, and I'm so sorry for how we started off.
I guess that would also be my transgressions, as I said.
I think you had every reason to be upset as you were, and honestly, if I had known, it would have been resolved a lot sooner. Thank you.
Now you know, and if you ever meet another woman with this, and she'll pull down her lip, and you see a tattoo
Mhm.
across the inside of her lip. Make sure they know that you are not part of the Order of Knights.
I will. I hope you find your brother.
I will.
And if you need anything, we're going to be gone for a while, but if you find yourself in Waterdeep.
Find you at the Troll Skull Manor Tavern.
Yeah.
And Seisha, your keen mind knows that you never told Frodo.
Yeah. Take care, Fro.
You as well. It's time to get rest. Hopefully we'll be protected.
Seisha holds her hand out.
And she'll clasp like your forearm.
Mm-hmm.
It was good meeting you.
It's good to meet you too. Bye.
During the Orkira Seisha Fro interaction, Vinley has been standing off by herself because no one approached her. She's just been off in the dark, just watching everyone say goodbyes. And during that exchange, this is what she looked like without this.
Oh.
Ignore that. This is just her resting face.
Yep.
She is most concerned about Fro. So she has been watching Fro leave. So just in case she sees it, just wanted to let you know this is what she saw as a last goodbye from Vinley.
Fro looks towards your direction, and you get that feeling of just uneasiness about you. Just doesn't have a full read on you because you did both. You actively threatened and actively helped.
I am a hard to pin down person as far as alignment goes. I don't even know my alignment anymore.
You're an enigma, baby.
Your alignment is you're like the wind.
Alignment's more guidelines.
I think I've changed it twice since we've started this game.
But you all join alongside, unless there's anything else you all want to do before. Okay. You all join alongside the Varta wagon filled with the clinking of wooden toys to approach the moat-protected walls. You see a gathering of light atop the large gated entrance from a few guards before the loud clinking of heavy chains begins to lower the drawbridge. Once lowered, you all begin to enter where you are stopped and the wagon is searched swiftly with a simple glance inside. You are only asked one question. It is not your name. It is not your purpose. It is simply an inquiry of how long you intend to stay.
I look to Voss.
Well,
1 week.
What?
Week?
Oh,
A 10-day?
What?
Possibly.
Okay.
Orkira looks surprised but doesn't say anything.
Seems like we have stuff to talk about.
Yes, we do.
And Bilver and Doran answer very loudly.
Forever!
Oh.
Heart.
Aw.
I love this character so much. but I
Harold
hate
turns and
his
looks
relatives.
at Boss like, with this look like, come on, man. Like, that's the look he's giving him. Like, oh.
And the guy's like, I hope to open a toy shop. And I'm going, and the guard's just like,
It's late.
yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of when I got to Waterdeep.
Yeah,
Aw.
actually, yeah.
But as you continue on,
The streets of the caravan and farmers' quarter of the town you walk into remind you the quaint Tudor-style wood and stone buildings of the southern ward, influenced by the heavy mix of travelers that make their way through the large town. The streets are dead, and the small open market courtyard looks covered and abandoned. Nary a single window is lit with a candle light, save for a few still burning within the first major building you come across that greets you as you enter beyond the walls of Daggerford.
this two-story structure that once was a warehouse looks simple and cozy without any lavish embellishments. A round, polished metal sign hangs outside the front door in a way that mimics a silver coin with the simple words, Lady Luck Tavern. And as you approach, that is the very first building you see, as if to greet travelers into the city.
Bilver and you watch as Bilver and Doran, with their wagon, kind of make their way across thing. They wave goodbye to you. I'll see you soon, I'm sure. I believe we're going to go to that long stay place in Silver something. I'm sure I'll find it.
What was the name of it?
Like the silver,
the Silver
long-
Flood Inn.
Silver Flood Inn.
That's the one.
Bilver, tell me when you are heading to the orphanage. I'd like to escort you there.
All right.
I would too, actually.
Tomorrow morning.
Very well then.
We'll meet you there. Well, at
I
your
hope
place.
to surprise them all with toys.
Better get working.
It's so wonderful.
And he kind of looks, what do you think I've been doing? As he motions to all of the toys in his...
One of the windows nearby opens and this groggy voice comes out. It is late! Why the yelling?
Because I'm going to open a toy shop!
Okay.
I don't care!
All right.
Daggerford is New York City. Okay.
Definitely not like Waterdeep out here.
And
Waterdeep is the city that never sleeps, definitely. And this is
The city that definitely sleeps at certain periods of time. Do not disturb the periods of time.
and he just laughs and kind of heads off towards where the silver, like towards the Silver Flood Inn, which is kind of to the north west, the northeast of.
actually everything's pointed east. So it's east.
Yeah.
Y'all are so good at getting things right.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's in the west. Cool, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you are all standing in front of this thing, and you see two cupped wooden hands carved into the chair railing molding next to the door that looks like beggars awaiting a coin from a generous stranger. A small faint light filters out, but you do not hear any movement from inside.
What do you do?
Head to the door.
This is where we're staying.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I make a religion check? Is this like a Timora thing where you have to put money in to get inside?
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Cool. That seems like a Timora thing. Oh, come on. 12.
I mean, it's definitely homage to Timora, but
This doesn't look like a temple. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's
Yeah.
This
Just
place
go
is
in.
an homage. Fallen soldiers, adventurers that died defending Daggerford.
Say she
Seems an
just walks
appropriate spot for us.
Okay. You said Seisha
You're
walks
in?
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Seisha's in.
All right.
in. It's Lady Luck. She's been with me this whole trip.
In honor of Ren, I'll go in.
I go in too because I'm tired and I wish to sit down on a bed.
All right.
Yep.
You enter.
I'd take a silver.
Okay.
And place it into her hands for a moment.
All right.
Into the carved hands.
Yes,
Okay. Do you leave it?
I do.
Roll a d4.
That's us.
Oh,
You said the title of the show.
We
Won.
did it. We won. We won the game.
All right. Duly noted.
I just kind of stare at that, look at the building, and just kind of look at the town before heading inside.
And as you step foot, boss, for the first time in many, many, many years, to the city you know all too well, city where it all started. We're going to end tonight's session there.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm saying this right here and right now. We all have to be so tight on the bill thing while we're here. After he
Yeah.
explains whatever is going on, like his backstory, we cannot slip up here.
Bill Ronto of the full Ronto experience.
At this point, we told V, Harold,
That's it.
That's it.
not Seisha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kira doesn't even know my past.
I only know what Harold might have said, which is probably very little. So.
He did not know these things about me whenever you two were traveling together.
And even then, I would suspect that he wouldn't have said very much. So
Yeah.
so no.
All right. For our viewers, if you have not entered already, please enter hashtag Eldritch or hashtag Beyond for your chance to win an Eldritch Foundry miniature or a player's bundle from D&D Beyond. We'll pull those in
Common
about
stick.
30 seconds. Yes, you can find an uncommon stick.
Common or uncommon stick. A common stick is 5 feet, an uncommon stick is at least 6 to 7.
If you want to go wild, you can find a rare one too.
Rare sticks are 8.
Does
No
that
wonder
mean
a
my collapsible 10-foot pole is just a legendary stick?
It is a legendary stick, yes.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
It comes with the added property of being collapsible.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
amazing.
It is
Uh,
both legendary and common.
It's
Thanks
an
for-
artifact stick.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, all of our viewers. We know it was kind of a shopping episode leading up to the next arc, but we kind of wanted to have a fun role-playing session and make the players spend all the money they just earned.
I did that before I left, man.
In true Guild of Thorns fashion.
I spent over 7,000 gold this episode.
I know.
Honestly,
I should have spent more. I still have 7,000 gold.
Well, it's
On-
good somebody still has gold in the group.
honestly though, we left Waterdeep for V's story. He said a week. We may be here for the next year and a half in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Boss's story
Yeah,
could
we
be the
might be
next
doing
story.
Boss's story actually.
Yeah. Surprise pit stop backstory.
There's a reason why Voss wants to spend an inordinate amount of time here.
On the way.
Or Kira looks forward to
we'll-
hearing.
Learn all about that next week.
Oh my god.
Well, we have winners.
Oh yeah.
We have winners for Player's Bundle from D&D Beyond to make your very own stick.
Uncommon stick.
Whiskey Charlie,
Ooh,
congratulations.
an alcohol name.
Yeah.
And the winner of the Eldritch Foundry miniature is Reckless Gambit. Congratulations.
Another alcohol name.
Alcohol name.
It's always a reckless gambit when you go
Good
into the
drinking
alcohol.
games. You know?
Oh, nice.
Especially when you are drinking what was that Feywild
The
stuff that you
Fey
had?
tequila?
Yeah.
Say
Oh, jeez.
tequila.
Tequila,
Hey.
It's bad enough already. Don't get the Fae involved in tequila.
Mm,
Could you imagine a drunk Fey creature?
yes.
Be excellent to each other.
I've seen him at LARPs.
And may you always roll with advantage. Good night, everybody.
Bye.